Welcome to the Scum and Villainy podcast. This is our video series, and tonight we're going to be broadcasting the finals of the Team Covenant Aces Season 2. And we've got a real treat for you guys tonight. Two of the very best players in the world. The top-rated ELO player, MattShadowlord, is facing off against the number 2 ELO player and regular season champion, BlairBunke. And I'm joined with me tonight by my comrade on the podcast, Sable Griffin. How are you, Mark?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
Not bad. I just got some whiskey. About to drink it.
I prefer myself a bit of mead.
I could see that. It's do you serve it warm or chilled?
Chilled.
Yeah, I think maybe they did it in the medieval ages. They'd warm it just because they were worried about the bugs.
Yeah. There's basically 2 ways to serve it. 4, really. Because you can have it chilled or heated. Or, and then either of those 2 states can be pure or spiced or mulled. So the mead that I get does come with the spice packets, which I'm always too lazy to put in.
Right. Cool. So the players are starting to get their asteroid set up, and I think we can walk through the lists. So you want to start with Blair's list?
Yes. So, Scum list. Starting out with IG-88B, with heavy laser cannon, Predator, auto thrusters, advanced sensors, and inertial dampeners. The first 3 are fairly standard. Advanced sensors replaces the more common FCS, gives him a huge advantage to positional game, and inertial dampeners does the same. Now, personally, I'm always leery of having those 2 without veteran instincts, but he has done quite well with this setup. Joining IG-88B, he's got a Syndicate Thug with twin laser turret, no title, and then 2 binary pilots.
Yep. So what do you think of this list, Mark?
I think it's a decent all-comers list. I think it'll struggle against multiple, particularly agile ships. He can certainly end up in a lot of different places with inertial dampeners and boost sloop or boost K-turn. But if he's up against 2 or more interceptor-style ships, he could be in real trouble because his other ships just don't have the punch to punch through, say, Soontir at range 3.
It's funny you mention that because that is, in fact, exactly what he's up against. So,
right.
Sadly for him, Matt has busted out a really interesting list. He's got the 2 aces with Soontir and Darth Vader, and he's pairing it off with a couple PS1, the Epsilon Squadron pilot, which is the cheapest TIE FO, and the Academy pilot, which is the cheapest TIE fighter. So Soontir's decked out in the traditional form, the 35-point Soontir is what folks call him. That's with Push the Limit, the title, auto thrusters, and stealth device. And then he's paired with a fairly conventional Darth Vader. This is Vader with Predator, the title, engine, and advanced targeting computer. So we've got 2 PS9s, 2 PS1s. Vader and Soontir should be able to hunt the robot down if Blair makes any mistakes. So Blair's going to be walking the knife's edge throughout the opening of this game, hoping that he can not get just mauled by these 2 aces.
I don't think I've ever seen a ship so defined as Soontir. Even in the height of Super Dash or 58-point Dash, there were variants out there. But it has been ages since I've seen any sort of variation on Soontir.
Yeah. I mean, I think the other 2 candidates for me would be the Stress Hog. Although the gold can be flown a lot of different ways. And then maybe Jake, who seems to always have...
Stress Hog is a very specific definition. But you can't say the same about Gold Squadron Pilot.
Right.
Gold Squadron Pilot, there's a bunch of different variations. Yes, Stress Hog has a specific definition. So does certain other names. but there's always usually some other variant floating out there for that pilot in how they're loaded out. But I don't see that for Soontir. He's so solidly defined by those upgrades.
Yeah.
And it's not like he's got any other slots to fill.
I remember back in the day, people used to, before auto thrusters came out, they would stick like a hull or a shield upgrade on him.
Yeah.
But then auto thrusters was just a clear win.
Well, I also advocated hull or shield instead of the stealth device for a time. But auto thrusters kind of changed the equation and made it clear that stealth was the superior option, especially when Dash was on the board and some of these other 4 dice ships.
Yep. Okay, so the players are starting to get set up. We've got the rocks on the top, and looks like Blair will be taking the left-hand side. So I'd like to give a shout out to our sponsor, Team Covenant. So it's a friendly-looking gaming store based out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, and these guys have been really excellent to the online community. They've sponsored and hosted the online X-Wing scene for, I guess, since the beginning of the scene, and just a great member of the community. So thank you, Team Covenant, for sponsoring this event, as well as the other sponsors, our very own podcast, the Scum and Villainy podcast. Okay, so it looks like Matt has the initiative, and he just placed the first rock. He put down the so-called Jabba rock.
The only pilot skill conflicts we have are the Academy and the binaries. It's actually I'm not sure Blair wanted initiative, because if he didn't, the Academy pilot would go down, and I guess the Epsilon as well. He'd figure out where his opponent was setting up. Now he's got to telegraph his own situation.
Indeed. So for our folks watching us on Twitch, love to take questions for you at some point during the night. We're going to have basically some pauses while the players are thinking about their moves between rounds. So if you want to throw some questions out, I will be watching the Twitch feed. Feel free to give us some stuff to talk about. I'd appreciate your help. Okay, so Blair just put down that second rock. He's trying to get it as far away from his ships as possible. In general, the IG-88 likes to have a big open field, especially this IG-88, because it's got the advanced sensors. It wants to be able to just stride around the board with those big, long 3 banks, 3 forwards, and keeping the rocks spread out as much as possible will help with that. And,
my mistake. Matt has initiative.
Yeah, Matt has it. Yeah. So Matt, I think if I'm Blair, I'm happy to see that rock placement by him. He's kind of giving Blair what he wants, which is a big spread out asteroid field.
The rock at the north is not helpful for Blair, but the rock on the north is helpful. The rock at the south, depending upon where the other rock on that side goes, he could have no good way to set up on that side and have options. He'd be telegraphing his position.
Yep.
Am I only counting 5 rocks? Maybe there's one hidden.
Oh, yeah. Where is the... We're missing one rock. I'm sure the boys will figure it out.
Maybe that's how they've been winning all these games.
Yeah, one less rock. Okay, Space Britain is down. And I don't like this rock placement by Blair. He's placing it in the middle of all his lanes, but he knows how to fly the robot, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
I think he's banking on advanced sensors and his Vascreen moves to ignore the debris and use that as a lane of attack.
Indeed. All right, so all the rocks are down.
That's the lot. I'm only seeing 5.
I should probably resync.
Yeah, let me resync.
So we might be joined by our fearless leader, Kelvin Tiberius. He's having some network issues, but hopefully he'll work through that and join us later tonight.
Kelvin Tiberius, better known as Sable Griffin.
That's right. And if Kelvin can't make it, I believe Dominic has offered to join us, but I don't see him online.
Okay, I resynced and the other one popped up.
Alright, I see some Imperial scum hitting the board. These guys, I tell you, they're trouble. So funnily enough, both these guys played the exact same list in the previous round. Blair got matched up against world champion Paul Heaver, and Matt got matched up against Tyler, aka Starslinger 72, and both Tyler and Paul brought a 6-ship crackshot swarm with Hal Runner and a whole bunch of blacks and what's the 4-point? Is it the Omega Squadron? It's the 4-point Taifu.
Oh yeah.
With EPT. And in both games, the crackshot swarm lost.
It's a good list, but it has a couple blind spots. You really have to know when to actually use crackshot.
Mm-hmm.
Because, especially early game, you can get blinded by the need to use crackshot before you lose the ship with it still on and start using it to get shields and things like that, which sometimes works, but you got to be careful, especially against things like Soontir, that you're not wasting it on Academy pilots or trying to get some early kills instead of preserving it for the late game against threats that you can't take if they're uninjured.
Speaking of academies, we've got the Academy pilots are down.
Well, one of them is a Typho.
And the Typho, yeah.
One of them is an Epsilon.
And Blair looks like he's getting his ships down as well.
In the 3-ship variant of the Pixid.
And this is interesting. For the first time I've seen him fly this list, he's decided not to distribute up his ships. Normally, the way I've seen him fly it is he'll have the Brobot off on its own, and then he'll try to pull you in with a Brobot while he flanks with the 2 pirates and the Thug. But now it looks like he's just gonna go right for it. It looks like he wants to joust.
I suspect that was a wise choice on his, based on the 90-degree offset that the ties have. Because if he sets Vader and Soontir up to support the ties, of course, he's going to joust and he's going to be at a disadvantage. If he sets up otherwise, his IG can boost and catch them before they can really do much. If he tries to turn, they're at a speed disadvantage, which allows his entire list to pounce. But that's why I've never been a fan of the 90-degree offset of the ties. It restricts your options.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I will occasionally do it with someone like a Jake, because I want to see where the opponent's going to go, and I'll just hard one in and then kind of keep my options open. But
I'm much more a fan of the 45-degree offset, especially with Jake. So you can point at 45 degrees, do a forward maneuver, and then barrel roll or boost whichever way you need to go, and you're set to go.
Yep. Hey, I'm getting a phone call. 1 second.
Good luck. We're all counting on you. So I suppose I will just fill the empty air myself.
Which you're pretty good at it.
Nothing going on. No movement on the board. Sozin's still gone.
No, I'm back.
I know.
We're playing Imperial Assault tomorrow night and getting it planned out.
So, which of you is playing the 4x4, and which is playing Imperial or the Rebel Saboteurs?
I'm gonna be the Imperials, and I'm playing against my old buddies. And
I'm hearing rumors that they radically errated those cards.
yeah, I don't play competitively, but I think we'll, and I haven't even checked this. Probably some more Twitch guys will know, but I think the Imperial, the dudes with the red, the Royal Guards.
Yes.
Were like people would just like take nothing but Royal Guards and just spam them, and it was a really annoying build that was super effective.
You'd have 4 of those and 4 Imperial officers or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because the officers could pass actions to the Imperial Guard, who were super defensive and just nothing. And the Rebel Saboteurs were the only ones that could punch through, and they had an area attack, so they could wipe out everything.
I think that Ricky might be ready to join us, if we're lucky. I see a kind of dirty head coming in off starboard bow. No, it was just a dead fish.
So we've got a skirmish line by the Imperials versus the dense scum formation.
Yep. So, Sable, you can't see this, but I'm going to start doing my John Madden. So, Sunter, I think, is going to come over that rock and then come down and try to flank. I think Vader is just going to joust. And I think those ties are going to have to turn as quickly as they can and then race forward to try to get it into blocking position. Because if they can block, then they'll be good to go.
Block who?
Well, I think that Epsilon, if it can get in and block either the Brobot, or excuse me, I guess it's not a Brobot, it's just a robot, or the any of Blair's PS2s, then he'll be doing his job.
So, as my opponent found out last year at Store Championships, blocking an IG with advanced sensors is not conducive to hurting it.
Yeah, true. I mean, yeah, that's a good point. I guess the block it really wants is to prevent the boosting maneuver, which we saw Paul do in the previous round.
Yes.
Paul would basically get to a spot where the robot could not boost and pull off the sloop after that.
Yes. Assuming that is the goal of the IG, which has inertial dampeners. So worst case scenario, you go, nope.
Yeah, which is in fact exactly what happened. Blair just pulled the dampeners and had a manage to survive.
Okay, so he's thought better of that Sunter position.
Huh. So now he wants to come in really fast. He's going to try to get a better flanking line.
Yeah.
Like a 5 forward, followed by a boost.
Or a 3 bank.
Yeah.
Or a boost barrel.
Yeah.
He's got options. Where before he didn't. And that was concerning.
Yeah, it's basically a jousting position with Sunter,
which always works well with Sunter. Sunter always wants to joust.
It's funny, and I did a fair amount of practicing of the Vader Sunter top shuttle lists, and originally I would have Vader hang out with the Palp shuttle, but then I switched over to have Vader be the flanker, because Vader can move pretty fast when he wants to.
Yeah,
And
if he's got engine.
Yeah, which he did. And Soontir turtles really well. So, I mean, he's annoying to shoot at.
That's why I left Paylob. Okay, Soontir, push the limit. I don't mind.
Okay, here we go. We've got dials down for Blair. I think he's just going to head for a joust, right? 3 forward, or maybe a 3 forward with his little guys and a 2 forward with the robot, or a 4 forward and 3 forward.
I think the dials are too close together. Don't you need like a range 1 between them?
There you go. Look, he heard you.
It's not on the stream, is he? Because I'm going to be commenting on predictions. No, I don't see him. Or the other one. Unless MJ Staggs is a really good pseudonym.
Okay. Looks like we are ready to begin. Excellent. And I found a backup for Ricky in the form of Vassal Legend Dom.
Oh, nice.
Have you ever cast with him?
No, I've not.
All right. You've met him in person, though, right?
Yes, in passing.
Yeah, like Worlds, year before last.
Yeah. A lot of that weekend is a blur to me, though.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason.
Okay, so he chose to go a little slow.
He's hoping that Matt had to spring the trap early due to his initial dial and the threat.
And here comes Soontir, as we thought.
Yes.
He's doing probably a 5 forward next turn and then a boost. Hello, Dom.
Hi, gentlemen. How you doing this evening?
Nice.
Quite
you made
well.
it. Thank
How
you
you
for
been,
joining
Dom?
us.
I've been good. I've been enjoying this this pod game going on Vassal recently.
Mm-hmm. You're doing
Yes.
the league.
Yep,
Very cool. I'm glad I could drag you out of retirement.
that's right. There's a lot of excitement.
Mm-hmm. And this is only season 0. I think season 1's going to be a lot more fun.
So I remember meeting
You remember meeting Sable?
this
Nice.
renowned for shuttles. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes. I did a lot of the initial work. Of course, you helped them shine yourself.
that's right. We were standing back to back in line when we were registering, I think, and talking about all the shuttles we were going to fly. I think I flew 3 shuttles and the Bounty Hunter in that one.
Oh, this is Nationals last year, 2014.
It's 2 years ago. Yeah.
Oh, 2 years ago. Jeez. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Jeez, 2016.
2014.
Yeah, 2014.
That Nationals did not go well for me. No Nationals have ever gone well for me. I should stop going to Nationals.
That's what I did last year.
I
Okay,
had a
well.
lot of fun.
That was round 2. Or round 1,
No, that
rather.
was round
We're
1.
on to round 2.
Okay, so not a lot of flanking action here that Matt's been able to finagle.
Well, I think Soontir will get a decent flanking line.
Well, unless his Z's cancel that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they have a pretty strong incentive to
turn.
bank here. Bank,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you're thinking about just like a 1 bank or a 2 bank or hard 2?
I'm
It's hard too.
yeah
You really sell out your shots.
Yeah, a
you
little
know,
too much.
yeah.
Yeah,
1 bank.
yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because the TLT can strip some of those tokens off Soontir, and then the bandits, if they're fortunate, can.
Well, if the syndicate does a 2 or a 1 bank along with the Z's, and Suter does a 5 forward, he doesn't have a lot of good options without just bugging out. At which point, the Z's and the Y have done their part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think Blair is really thinking about this one now. The problem with turning in is that Soontir could just decide to do a hard right 2, or excuse me, a hard left 2.
Yes. No, I don't think the correct call for the Z's is a hard turn.
Even a 1 bank, though, is potentially they'll lose their shots on Vader.
That's if they both do it.
Mm-hmm. But it's just one enough of a problem for Soontir. I mean, Soontir doesn't care about a lone bandit or a lone pirate.
It would be if they had feedback array.
Speaking of which, did I get the pilot skill right on these guys? Are they PS2 or PS1?
1.
Oh, they're 1. Yeah, I messed it up.
You rebel scum.
I know.
I feel like
Sorry, go for it, Tom.
Blair's gotta decide here, right? Either kind of sell out, just go zoom forward and try and take out Vader, or if Vader bugs out, go after the 2 TIE fighters,
Mm-hmm.
or has to kind of play Soontir defense.
Right.
I feel like the first option is a lot more certain.
Yeah, just try to kill Vader.
Yeah,
But then Soontir's going to be on your flank.
that's right. You're gonna have to sack a Z95 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you can still threaten him with he doesn't have BTL 84, right?
That's right. So
He does not.
that thug can always TLT him.
Although it'd be a lot better to TLT him with arc at range 2.
I think you do a 1 bank with the Z's, because if you do a 1 bank, even if the ties scream 5 forward, it's still not close range. I think you take that risk.
So I joined a little bit late. Who has initiative?
Matt does.
Okay. So he won't be able to time the barrel roll with his 2 TIE fighters.
Right. Though he will be able to use the barrel roll as a block.
Mm-hmm. That would be the big risk here, that if he banks the pirates, then the TIE fighters and Vader could all barrel roll out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think Matt here is... Okay, he's rethinking everything. They're both going back into the tank.
It's a really important round.
Yeah.
This is going to set the mood for the entire match.
Okay, looks like they're almost ready now. Blair is done.
7 out of 8 dials have been placed.
Hmm.
Make sure your screen is accurate here.
Okay, so he does have sensors.
You still have 1 pilot skill extra on a tie.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I think Soontir's on a 5 forward here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fairly certain that is accurate.
Because it's
Unless
really
he's-
good.
Unless he's trying to feint with Soontir and does a too hard either direction, he's going 5 forward. Now, Matt is spending a lot of time thinking about Soontir, so he may be trying something tricksy here, or he may be deciding whether to risk that 5 forward. As I said, he could get in a bad spot there.
He could take the 2 forward option and kind of hang out just north of
Hedge
Space
his
Britain.
bets. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's good because he'll get a shot probably on one of the bandits, and then on the next turn he could just cruise right in for kill position.
All right, full speed ahead here.
Well, that's not full speed ahead. That's wandering vaguely onward.
I meant TIE fighters, right? They all went 2 forward.
And look at the self bump there by.
Oh no! IG-88 bombed.
Yeah, bummer.
It's really close to the board edge. I think he's going to be okay, but yeah, no, he's
He's fine. He's nowhere near turning that much.
Yeah, it's too much of a turn.
It would be kind of hilarious if you went off the board right here.
It would.
The most important match ever from the best players ever. Off. Aw.
It's off the board.
Oh yeah, I think he's going to be okay by a couple pixels.
Wow. Yeah, Matt just said this would have been the shortest offensive of all time.
Two Z's and a Y versus that entire list.
Yeah, Matt just called Blair a madman.
It was bold for sure.
Uh-huh. Alright, here comes Vader with a 2 forward.
Now you got to think he's gauging the distance to IGB, right?
Mm-hmm.
Should he barrel roll north?
I think Vader is more worried about the TLT. He has no defense against that.
Right, yeah, TLTs are brutal on Vader. They can really mess him up.
I feel like an IGB, though, with the reroll and the gunner, that the 2 of them together have a pretty good chance of killing Vader in 1 round.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, though he doesn't have a FCS, so there is that.
But he's got the Predator and Focus.
Yeah. He's got Predator and Focus. I'm not saying he wants to take it, just I think long term the TLT is more dangerous to Vader.
All right, so we have a Focus for sure.
I was waiting for him to, the moment you said that, no, wait!
I'm guessing he's going to play it safe and barrel roll
Just
north and back.
Huh.
Oh
Yeah,
no, he's doing it.
Going for the lock.
Oh,
He's going to lock the thug.
and he has range. Look at that.
Huh?
Yep.
Beauty.
Okay, and the wild card, Suntir.
Okay,
He did a 5 forward, yeah.
there it is.
It's the thing I didn't like about Blair's move is it didn't take any account to Suntir. We could just boost and barrel roll.
Yeah, so Blair just said on the feed that he couldn't take the risk of turning them all in, which is what we talked about. He's going to try to kill Vader, but unfortunately the 88 is not going to have a shot.
At least you'll be able to take a shot at a TIE fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Now, an interesting question you gotta think of with Soontir is, do you boost forward knowing that IG-88 can just stop next turn and leave you in some serious trouble? I think that's the right boost. Okay, let's see the carnage. First round of shooting.
I think no matter what Sunter does here, there's actually some risk next round.
Yes,
'Cause
there
if
is.
If he manages to pause that northmost bandit, that is going to be right in Sunter's 2-turn line.
Yes.
So you could see IG, for instance, flipping around, or in getting a tokenless Sunter if he decides to be aggressive. But that's next round.
Yeah. I think he takes the range 2 shot on the Y. Soontir, Vader then shoots the Y, and he tries to get that off the board. And then next turn, Soontir does a 2 bank, not a 2 hard. Because you're right, there is a block chance there. It'd be difficult to pull off, but you could do it.
Okay, Center is taking a shot at the thug.
Yep. That's what I'd do.
All right.
Spend.
He's gonna get 3.
He's trying to get a crit onto the Y with Vader.
Okay. First blood.
Not yet. That was shields.
Fair
Blood doesn't happen until the next shot. I have to say, I give the points to Matt for the opening engagement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, keeping Vader out of range of the IG was really clutch here.
He's gonna pred that roll.
Yeah. He's got to have the focus for the turn shot.
And there it is, hitting a crit. Oh, there we go.
Now we've got some blood. Direct. Ouch.
Man, he could die this round.
Yeah, he could.
Okay, so Blair needs to focus fire down one of those ties.
Yeah, ideally elite, since that's kind of in the way of IG's K.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's an illusion. I think the TIE fighter is perfectly fine blocking that K.
What, you mean Ace?
Ace is perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm. And he's going for the Academy.
That would be my call. He's more likely to kill it before.
Okay. It's 4 hits. Pretty good.
Yeah.
At least one's going through.
2 blanks means it vanishes.
There we go.
Oof.
Wow. He just one-shotted it. That was quick.
Now the question is, do you go after the TIE or do you go after Vader? I think the answer is pretty obvious that you go after Vader, but do you have a chance of taking out that TIE?
Well, at least you can strip the focus off that elite. I would go for the tie to try to keep the thug alive.
I think you take the damage on Vader if you can get it.
Yeah.
And just not sweat the thug. Okay.
Yep.
Nope, he's going after the foe.
Oh.
Nothing.
Sometimes those TLTs, they're unbeatable,
Yeah.
and sometimes they're that.
I mean, you roll them naked. It's hard. That's why I don't like the naked TLT.
Yeah, agree. Well, he spent the focus earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So it really wouldn't have mattered who he shot. There was no damage going through.
Okay, he's gonna get one.
Unless he wants to save it for...
Yeah, that's an interesting call. I think you save it because Soontir and Vader should be able to kill the thug, but...
I think you spend it so they shoot your TIE FO.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna keep it.
Yeah. Because if he had spent it on that TIE FO, Blair has no choice but to shoot it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you could talk me into shooting at Vader instead.
Mm. He's going for the foe.
The safe bet.
He has a piece advantage, right?
Yeah.
Okay, evaded. And here comes the last shot of the round. Oh, now he's thinking about going for Vader. And he's going back to the foe. Okay.
Uh-huh. Let's see. Hit, crit, major explosion, direct hit.
And he's got 2 hits. And he will spin the focus, and we're back to dial.
Yeah. It's kind of how I expected that to go. One really good shot from the IG, made up by one really bad shot from the TLT. It would have evened out.
So I don't see how that northmost bandit can self bump. I mean, I guess the thug can do a hard left too.
Yeah. Hard left two.
They're ones, unfortunately, so the bandits are moving out first.
Oh yeah, so there you go.
The
So and a right one
pirates.
bank is not. Maybe not. Actually, maybe a one right bank will not clear the lead pirate.
No, I think
Oh,
it's-
that'll
it's
clear.
going
It
to,
will?
yeah.
But you do a one left bank with the lead bandit, and then a one forward with the
Yeah,
rear
I think
bandit.
it's all going to make too much space, though.
Yeah, Soontir can
Yeah, I
just get
think
right
you're
in there.
right, but or you do it too hard with the front, one bank into it. That is less space, but yeah. Not sure that's what you want to do anyway.
I mean, Matt just lost his ace pilot, so he could all go downhill from here. For here.
If he just clears the way with his little guys, he could do the boost 4K with IG and have an interesting shot. Assuming he's not blocked, but
Mm-hmm. Okay.
even if he is blocked, he makes the K. It's just shorter.
So do you K everybody but the thug? At least K the 2 pirates.
No, the 2 pirates will bump.
Well, the
Elite's moving
elite's
first,
going
right?
first.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so
But
he should K that. He should do a 4K with those guys.
I'm just not used to a binary pilot going second.
Yeah, it's weird, huh?
That's why I always took the Black Sun soldiers. I love those guys.
So I like the 4K with the 2 pirates. And then
So I think Elite does a 2 sloop left,
Mhm.
maybe? Try to block and catch the Z's as they move past. As well as cutting off the boost shenanigans from IG. If you make it, hard to tell.
Yeah, I think he's good with the 2 sub. I like that idea.
It's Vessel always messes with my perspective, but if he makes it, I think he does. I think it's the best call with Elite. really messes everything up for Blair.
I mean, he might just dial in with B and then hit the dampeners if that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but that means you force him to spend the dampeners now instead of at a more important time later. And okay, so he... I mean, I'd take that trade if I'm elite. Because that means, if IG spends his dampeners now, Sunter is crawling on him.
Actually, won't he be out of arc on a hard left 2 by Sinter?
If he barrels back, he'll be
Oh,
up.
true, and Sinter will have that choice, yeah. Yeah, so I guess, Mark, I like your suggestion here with the sloop left with the elite to try to block that boost.
And get shots on anyone, right? Otherwise, everybody flies over or bumps with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, so I got a question for you guys from local Chicagoan Shazbot.
Yes.
Do you think that regionals are too close to store championship season? They're literally going to be like a week apart.
No.
No? Just go cut right in?
Well, you've got to take the long picture of the entire season. Your season is effectively beginning of January through the beginning of November. You can't go late November, December because holidays. So you've got 10 months. You have to have at least 3 months for store championships. There's a lot of them. They take time to organize. Then you have to have at least 3 months for regionals. We're not just talking the ones in the country, the 18 in the US. We've got to think worldwide. That takes a lot of organization to get a regionals done. So you've got to have 3 months there. Then you've got to have 2 months for nationals. Once again, not just the US nationals. And then you have to have a break for people to make travel arrangements for the winners of nationals to get to worlds. That takes 2 months. You don't have any options here. Any week you trim out of that plan scrunches everything up, makes more people frustrated. You gotta go right in.
Mm-hmm.
And I like saying Shazbot GG because by the time I finish saying his name, he's already conceded to me.
That's good.
I think with the size right now, it feels like there's one too many level. Like regionals and nationals, maybe those should be the same thing, or store championships and regionals maybe should be the same thing. I know they used to be and we kind of separated them, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's enough players to have. Maybe there's just a super store championship or something, and it gives you extra bonuses.
No, I think 2 years ago you'd be right, but these days there are way too many players. I just went to a store championship, which it wasn't a major store, one of the first ones, not a huge advertising. 36 people showed up.
Wow. That's huge.
That's huge compared to last year, which was huge compared to the year before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this game just keeps growing.
This game is exploding, and I would go the other way. I think there should be another level if you want to break it up and really move into the separation between casual and competitive.
Yep. All right, got another question. This is a quick one from Greyfax. How much time have I put into organizing the X-Wing online league? So I've probably dropped between 10 and 15 hours total. My billable rate's $1,000 an hour, so I'm making just money hand over fist with this project. It's great. I'm gonna keep doing it all day long. You know, I got the girls, I got the drugs, I got international travel. I mean, this project is, I could not ask for a better project.
And all you had to do that is to make a deal with a dragon.
Indeed. And additionally, I've probably spent another 5 to 10 hours writing software. I'm building in some reporting to kind of pull all the results down for League Play into a consolidated report viewer, as well as building in an escrow service so that when you submit your list in for League, you can submit it and then it won't be revealed until your opponent's list gets submitted. So yeah, good times. All right, we got one more question. This is from this one is from Fish and Dreams. What changes do you think are going to happen at Worlds this year in terms of their format?
This dovetails into the previous question about Store Championships and Regionals. This game is exploding. Currently, they do not have enough space to have even a fraction of the people that want to go to Worlds go to Worlds. There are two options you are faced with in a situation that FFG finds itself in. The first is to go to Invitational. You have to have won a Store Championship or something to get in.
Mm-hmm. That's not going to happen. That
creates problems.
Yeah.
How do you select? How do you make sure that process is fair?
People won't be able to come, so it's going to be a small tournament.
How do you get some of the limelight of the community in without prejudicing the system against them?
Yeah, like what happens if Paul Heaver doesn't win a Store Championship? I mean,
right. Oh well, and previous world champions would be allowed, but you'd have to have some complex set of eligibility. At which point, you've got to make sure that everybody that is eligible can attend. You can't then cap attendance because that is a PR nightmare. So that's a complicated way, but that allows them to keep the FFG event center. That allows you to keep overhead low. That's one option. That's basically option A, keeping Worlds small. Option B is you move it to a convention.
Right.
Maybe
this is
you
what a
make
lot of
your own
people said they
convention.
should have done last year.
I said that.
Yeah.
That allows you to expand the events as far as you want to expand them. That allows you to have basically a Fantasy Flight weekend. There is a third option, which is kind of a hybrid of the two, where instead of having all of Worlds at the same week, you split them up. So you have X-Wing one weekend, Armada another, and you can combine some of the smaller ones.
Yeah, that's tough though because
it's
tough. I like both those games. I'd want to play both.
Right.
If I'm
and
traveling
now
all
you
the way
have
up
to
to Minnesota, I can't go twice. I've got to pick, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
None of these options satisfy everybody. None of these options are without their drawbacks. All of them have issues.
Mm-hmm.
Pick your poison. Pick your pain.
Yeah. I think we are about to see the next round start.
Okay, so dials are down. There's
Yeah.
7 down out of 7.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Ace.
Okay, here we go.
Yep. Okay.
Wow, look at that. The hard left one. Interesting.
Yep. I assume a barrel
Pure
roll.
block.
And a barrel roll back, yeah. So why do you think he did that and not the sloop?
I didn't think he might not have thought he would clear the bandit.
Whoa, look at that. He's going the other way to prevent.
It's going the other way.
Interesting. He's trying to block the
The
sloop.
K turn the K turn from the
from the bandits, yeah. Or from
and
the pirates.
the 4 forward from the Y.
I like it. That's a nice. And here we go. I think he's gonna land it.
Nope.
He does not. He'll land the other one.
Gonna land it. He'll land the other one. So.
Yeah. Very nice block there by Matt.
Which is going to block the Y if I don't miss my guess.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at that.
You didn't K-turn the other one.
Yeah, he's trying
See,
to
I would have
block Vader.
K-turned the other. I would have
Yeah.
done the opposite.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Hindsight's 20/20 there, right?
Well, yeah. I've had a lot of that in my career. Oh, nice. You did. I didn't think you would do that with a Y. I approve.
Mm-hmm. Pretty
I wonder if
sweet.
he's going to one hard with IG.
Oh, just light up Vader?
Block
One bank,
Soontir.
right?
Or Soontir, rather, yeah.
One bank would light up Vader. One hard would screw up Soontir.
Mm-hmm. He's popping the dampeners. Interesting. He must have had like a 4K or something dialed in.
Yeah,
Okay.
I bet. Though a boost forward and a 4K would have. Oh, he had a 2 hard.
Okay.
I can respect that.
Yeah.
I think he left himself wide open to Sutra, though.
Oh yeah, Soontir's gonna tear it up, but we just got a block on. Oh no, look at that.
No, you
Vader's clear.
didn't.
Wow. But Vader is gonna get.
That's honestly not the worst. Because if he barrels rolls out of the arc of 1Z,
Uh huh.
he gets into the other one. That block actually worked against him here. He can't escape now.
Mm-hmm.
I guess maybe barrel roll right and boost would do it. Yeah, it's probably the best call. Well, then he'd have TLT to worry about.
Right. I like the barrel roll.
I think
Barrel
it
roll
just-
left, but
I think you focus evade
Left?
and
Yeah,
just
I
stay
think he'd
there.
hurdle. Yeah.
Kill the thug.
yeah, if he goes left, he's gonna get shot by the stressed out
You're gonna
one.
kill-
Yeah.
Kill the Y before it shoots, he'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. True.
Or you get out of town, right? You barrel roll north and then boost out of, and think you can get out of IG's arc there.
Yeah, that's what Sable was
Yes.
saying.
Yeah.
But you're probably into TLT range, and now you're tokenless.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay, he's
so
gonna turtle up. Yeah.
yeah. I like that.
Yeah. If Sinter did the 2 bank, though, it's probably over for IG.
I mean, it's 2 shields or something, right? Maybe 3.
Right. Yes, let's go with that. I'm looking at next round as well.
Mm-hmm. I bet
Because
Sinter's got a hard left
you
too dialed
can't
in.
inertial dampeners again,
Yeah, there it
and
is.
Suter's behind you.
Yeah, so Star Singler's asking why he didn't roll and boost. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, well, he's going to barrel roll back in with Center.
I think because if you miss it and you still are in IG's arc, he's really going to lay a hurt on Vader.
Mm-hmm.
In this way, he could just, just sit there and accept it. At least now, IG's not going to do quite so much damage on him.
This is where he's deciding if Vader guarantees the Y or if he needs to press his luck. He really doesn't have to move anywhere. He's in a fine spot, unless he wants to go after IG.
Which he does. He just took the barrel roll.
Yeah.
And I think this is better for next turn. Otherwise, IG's right up in his blocking.
Agreed. Evade, because why not?
Yeah, he may not have a shot on the Y-Wing, though, with Center now.
Right. But I think he knew that going in.
Hmm. So, Vader should kill the Y. Here it
Yeah.
comes.
3 blanks, reroll blanks. Evade the crit. Nope, that's the opposite of what I said.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna pred that focus.
Yep.
And the crit. I mean, it's pretty good shape. 2 crits going through no matter what.
Yep.
2 crits.
All right. Thug needs a big roll here. No blank. Here it comes. And he gets the evade naturally, so
Still
And he
a
sticks the
50%
landing.
chance.
he could still die here.
Yeah.
Here comes the first one.
Okay.
Oh, survives.
Nice. Alive.
He will live.
And oh no, all of the future damaged cards are face up, right?
Yeah, it's terrible. Yeah, so Sinter does not get the shot. He's gonna have to.
Hey, so you want to post that Twitch link again?
I
In
will.
chat. And the good news is he gets to keep the focus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then
Sinter does not want to spend that focus.
oh, for the TLT.
Yeah, he's worried about it. That's why he didn't. Yeah, he's disappointed. He's gonna keep it, but
Oh, IG.
ooh, look at that. Bummer.
2 shields, there they are.
That's why you got shields.
Yeah. That's only 25% of your most important piece. Fine.
I think you gotta go Vader. At least with the first shot.
Oh yeah. What else are you gonna shoot? The elite?
That's right.
Actually sanguine about shooting at Vader.
I don't think you spend.
He predator.
Yeah, no, I don't think you spend the focus here.
Oh yeah, agreed. You're trying to strip tokens.
Right. That'll mean Vader has a pretty good chance of taking one. Or, letting himself take one if he wants.
Yep.
Yeah, but he's got 2 other shots at him.
Oh, he spent it.
Oh, look at that. Just one shield. He's not going to spend, so yeah. One off Vader. That's not a great result for Blair. I'm a little surprised he did that.
That's a good roll, though.
All right, here we go. Oh, look at that. Like a boss. Look at that. That thug is going to be able to survive. It's crazy.
This is why you have feedback array. Zap zap.
Oh, look at that. Nice roll. Go, little pirate. I think Vader's going to take some damage here.
Glorious right now.
Mm-hmm. It's a big defensive roll. Alright, he'll take a shield.
Shield down.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so 25% of IG for 40% of Vader.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And a little bit of thug. And some thug.
A lot of thug. There's much thugging.
Now, thug's in a pretty good spot here.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Is he going to be able to... Okay.
if you kind of 3 banks
Okay.
north there,
Oh, he doesn't need a K. He's got a TLT.
Well,
or 3 banks right.
I'd 3 rank right so you can K turn with the Z.
Just kind of want to stay out of Sunter. I don't know if that's going to be possible.
Wow. Guys, I'm taking a bio break. I'll be right back.
Good luck. We're all counting on you.
So I think, though, if IG1 banks left here, which is kind of the most obvious, I think he's still jamming up Sunter.
I think so too.
So Sunter might actually be on like a 2 forward.
I might do a 1 forward with a Y. Because then if you do a 1 bank with IG, you're sitting right behind the Y. Vader's not going anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You got a shot. Otherwise, you risk Vader running into IG, and you can't finish him.
Yeah, it's like either Thug or IG is going to get a shot on Vader this round, so long as he can keep him off Sunter off his tail.
Right. And I think he does with a 1 bank. Or even a 1 forward. Because I think you do a 2 hard with Sunter.
And just accept no actions.
What other option you have?
Maybe a 2 forward. I'm trying to eye if that would fit. Be risky.
I think it fits. But you're in a really bad position for next round.
Yeah, you'd probably then have to barrel roll and boost, and then you might be shooting at the bandit. Or not the bandit. We keep calling him the pirate. Yeah. The stressed pirate.
Binyare.
Now, Thug got which crits? Damaged engine? Did I see that in sensor array?
No, damage sensor array and major hull
hull.
breach.
Okay.
So the next damage he takes is face up.
Definitely going to kill him.
Yeah. Now, that'd be hilarious if you had determination. I always like in my epic games having a Grey Squadron Y-Wing with draw their fire and determination.
Yeah. For a while, when that droid came out, we were flying Biggs with draw their fire, or Biggs, and then alongside him a Y-wing with draw their fire.
Uh-huh.
R26. A lot of times it was a gray or it was Dutch or something.
I think Wedge with draw their fire is better.
But he's
Because
not
you
going
can
to 8 hit points.
Yeah, but he's got R2-D2. Which is 8 hit points. On average in some of my games.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Okay, so we've got 1 dial down.
Elite is definitely turning right 1.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll just set that one down.
So, Dom, I haven't talked to you yet about the TIE Advanced Prototype. What do you think of that ship?
I like it.
It's nice, huh?
I like the tap, yeah.
Hard one green,
I'm-
can you believe that?
It's good, and you know what? It doesn't feel crazy because of the 2 attack dice.
Mm-hmm.
It also doesn't feel crazy because it doesn't have any non-fast, or it doesn't have any fast or non-fast, non-straight greens. So yeah, the 1 hard is green, but not the 2 or the 3,
Mm-hmm.
which makes you super predictable in certain situations.
Right.
But I like the chip a lot, especially with guidance chips coming out and some proton rockets. That
Like
is
in
a
Sinar?
nice. Yeah, that is a sweet 20-point chip.
Yeah.
It finds a lot of spots in my roster.
Hmm. So you think like just one or two for spice, or
Yeah,
you
I
think?
just you take two big aces and you can drop a. So I've been like playing two defenders, with all the new goodies and dropping a 20-point proton rocket with the V1 title,
Hmm.
Sinar in there, and that you got to respect a uh, 5 dice with a guidance chip coming
Hmm.
at you.
Yeah, that guy's kind of a mean flanker, right?
Yeah, and it's not easy to take down. I know some people are thinking auto thrusters, but for the cheap ship, I like that proton rocket guidance chip.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Mark, you don't
Though,
sound convinced.
though I have my own place for guidance chips, as may be evidenced by the article I published.
Hmm. Hmm. That was a very good article, by the way.
Thank
Oh, I
you.
didn't see that. Where was that at?
It's on Team
It's just
Covenant.
just went up on Team Covenant.
He was getting into the new bomber pilot, Tomer.
Tomax brand.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to have so much fun with you, Tomax.
Yeah.
So much fun. Ah!
Would you say he's not the bomber pilot we want, but he is the bomber pilot we need?
He's not the bomber pilot we need. He's the bomber pilot we deserve.
The one we deserve. Yeah.
Oh, I am so happy about Tomax. I'm going to
Yeah.
have so much fun.
Are you gonna fly him with any of the other bombers, or is he just all on his own?
I don't know what else comes in that pack. I wouldn't fly him with either the two current named pilots.
Hmm.
I mean, and they basically came out and said, never run Reimer.
Yeah, which is kind of a shame. I like Reimer. I remember Don whooped me one day with Reimer.
Oh yeah,
Reimer would be nice if you weren't paying 4 points for his pilot ability, the
Yeah.
most expensive pilot ability in the game.
Hmm.
Wedge, nope, 1 point. But you gotta watch out for Reimer. He might hit you with a proton torpedo at range 1.
Range 2, yeah. I think
Range
maybe the
1.
designers were being conservative with him. They were worried that he might be too powerful, and they didn't really understand how.
They didn't understand munitions.
Yeah, they didn't know that munitions were kind of a bad game design, and I mean this was several waves ago. I mean, what, 5 waves ago or 6 waves ago?
They would have been designed, what, right after the game came out? Maybe even before.
Hmm.
I don't know the development cycle, but I know it's a long time.
Oh, hey, we are getting
we're
movement.
moving. We are
Right.
clearing. The elite did the one turn that was dialed in for a while.
Uh-huh. And Matt said that obvious move is obvious was his quote.
Yep.
Okay, which probably means a 3/4 to the thug.
Uh-huh.
No, 2 turn. Okay,
Interesting, because Sunter could.
you might be able to if Sunter manages to turn all the way around.
Yeah, and why wouldn't be? Huh. Interesting. Okay,
Well,
I
you're
don't know what's
blocking
going on here.
Suture with
But...
IG. You're screening the Y-wing with the IG.
Oh, look at that! I think he cleared the damage sensor array. Yes, he fixed
Nice.
it. Yeah.
Nice. That's going to actually matter.
Uh-huh. The hull breach is still there, though.
Oh no, he gets crits.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I think that might block, but it really leaves. Maybe he's trying to block the 4K from Vader.
Mm-hmm.
He's blocking Sunter, not Vader.
Yeah, but Sunter can still pull the hard left too, which is kind of the only maneuver Sunter knows.
It's really close.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would have done the bank.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do.
Oh, now the thug's gonna die. It's a shame. And now he's just really hoping that Vader. But Vader can still barrel roll out, so this is not good.
I would be really curious after the game why Blair did the 1 forward instead of the bank there.
I think he was worried about the 4K from Vader.
But in like an actionless Vader in your
Yeah,
range
no,
1?
I agree. I just think that would be the line of reasoning.
And this, I guess, this guarantees a shot on the elite if all else fails.
Yeah, and Blair is disappointed.
Comax. Best ability in the game.
Oh yeah? Wow, you are enchanted.
I am.
Does this
Eternal
mean?
crack shot. Come on.
Yeah, indeed.
Eternal crack shot while you have guidance chips on homing missiles. Come on.
So Vader's not going to get a shot unless he stays there, which I guess he can. He can stay right there. I don't think that the robot has a shot on him. He does not. Yeah.
Just move your target lock to IG.
Yeah, he's going to light that
Focus.
robot up. I kind of think that Matt's got this game in hand now. Oh, he think that Vader does not have a shot.
Yeah, no, Vader doesn't have a shot. Not at that angle. But you set yourself up by moving the target lock now.
I mean, he could get one with a barrel roll and boost, though.
You think?
You have to barrel roll all the way back.
But
I think so.
that thug blocks some of your rear movement. So I'm not sure you quite get it. Yes, it's a chance. Though you are leaving yourself basically at the... You've got an unmodified attack versus IG. And you're allowing that
Mistrust Pirate to get a shot at you.
Binyar pilot from shooting you.
Mm-hmm.
And the IG if it survives.
Huh. He went with it. He did that really fast. I don't think he's got a shot.
I think so.
You think he's got it? It'll be right on the corner. He does get it. Wow. Impressive.
I'm still going to laugh if that Y-Wing survives. If Center blanks.
It's true. That will be bad news. Did he have a target lock?
No. Wait, why did he add the crit?
I don't know.
I think he thought he had a target lock. He doesn't.
Definitely says Vader on the thug. Okay, that's the Predator. Maybe he just misclicked.
He just figured it out.
Okay.
Wanna
Gets
get
one through.
It was worth the risk.
Sure.
Come on, Sunter. You've never wanted to miss something so badly in your life.
Matt is channeling.
He just told.
Okay.
Okay.
Got him.
All right. That will kill.
So 2 face-up damage.
So I don't think this game is out of hand yet.
I don't think so either.
It just takes a sweet block on Sunter here, a K turn with B, and a one shot, and he is way ahead.
Sure. I mean, in theory, the thug should have died 2 rounds ago. Speaking of which, we're in round 4, aren't we?
You're using the round counter.
Yeah, I've got a round counter on Twitch.
You know, there's one in the. I never looked at it before.
Oh no. Oh no.
He's gonna pred it.
Definitely.
Oh.
And he spends it, so
Yeah, I think you spend it.
yeah.
Because if you could punch 2 crits through into that guy.
Which he
There you
will.
go.
Oh, you!
Look at that. Rough.
Oh, this could be unhappy fun times.
Yeah, I mean, he could die here easily. Got a good chance of drawing
wonder-
a crit.
If IG will do all the damage but 1.
Here comes the crits. No, he
Nope.
will not die. He's gonna be down to 1 hull though.
Yeah, he's stressed, so he can't K-turn either.
Alright. Here comes the elite. Vengeance.
No, he got his focus back.
How'd the focus? Oh, it's gone. Oh, he's taking the stress. Yeah.
For a brief moment, he was focused, but then he got stressed.
That's a pretty good roll. Hit crit.
Okay.
Oh, Blair finally finds his evade
Finally.
dice. Yeah.
Yeah.
IG88 finally found the box of evade tokens behind his chair.
Okay. Here comes the last shot of the round.
Do it, Vader.
I think so. Even though Elite's kind of tempting, I think you definitely go Vader here.
Yeah.
Just slip a crit through there.
And evades. Okay, we're on to round 5. So, Dom, what are you drinking tonight?
I'm gonna grab some scotch.
That's what I'm drinking.
What do you have?
It's a, I don't know how to say it. It's the Cowan Aula A-O.
Kalila?
That's it, yeah. Yeah, the 12 years. A present from Seth from a couple years ago.
I thought you were drinking whiskey.
Yeah, Scotch whiskey.
I am. My
Is your-
glass is empty of honey. Maybe I should put some more in it.
Yeah, you're
It
sick,
is
man.
It is old honey, so
Well, you know, honey doesn't really go bad.
yeah, it just turns into alcohol.
Yeah.
I had a coworker who was brewing mead at his desk at work because the rules were you couldn't bring alcohol to work, but it wasn't alcohol when he brought it.
Nice. That's my kind of employee.
And management knew about it, but how the rules were written was, oh, okay. This is where the elite accidentally puts down a forward maneuver.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's got a bank, right? Because he has Shaken Pilot.
He's got to do it too hard. But if he does it too forward, he's doing it too hard, I'm sure.
Yep.
If he does it too forward, he is 1 lefting off the board.
I think you're doing like a three hard left.
So do you think Blair is just kind of... I mean, the obvious, right, is the 3K with the Lord Pirate, 3 forward with the other Pirate, and then, or 2 forward maybe with the other Pirate, and then a 4K with IGB.
Mhm.
Is there more to it than that?
Nope.
I think you do a 4 forward with the top pirate.
But then isn't
Won't
Sunter
that
gonna...
miss? Yeah, won't that miss Sunter? It certainly will threaten Vader, but
Yeah. Probably right.
The thing about the 4K, though, is that Sunter can... And if he does a 2 right bank, okay, so a hard right 2 with Soontir potentially will run afoul of IG88 if he doesn't 4K.
Yeah, so knowing, I might just do a 1 forward with IG.
Mm-hmm.
And just bump elite. Stay where he's at.
Yeah.
Because you're putting elite on a hard right 2?
Or a 2 bank. That's his only 2 options.
Yeah. And then he's just, I mean, he's assuming that Vader's gonna have hard left 2 dialed in, right?
Right. Hoping he doesn't have a 1 bank dialed in.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The other option here for Matt is to just get out of town. Vader 3 right, Soontir 2 left, and regroup.
Mm-hmm.
I might even do a 4K with Vader.
Well, I believe that one pirate. Where's Pirate 1?
He's going to K.
Okay, that's Pirate 1 down the bottom. Okay, he's got the target lock.
Yeah, he's just not in a good spot to turn around here with 2 turn 2 turn or 3 turn 3 turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be back in it pretty fast, though. And he's fully healthy. Wow, 24 people watching online. Another 31 at home. Pretty big crowd. Looks like everybody's ready. On to round 5.
Oh no!
4 forward.
Shaken.
Oh wow, he's gonna go off the board. He did not remember. That crit is on him, right? The Shaken Pilot?
Yeah.
What's the rules on this? Like, Blair has to call him out, right? Oh, Blair's about to
And
call
he's
him.
going to.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh, Matt!
That's rough.
Oh.
Oh, did Matt confuse Shaken?
Yeah, not stunned.
no.
Yeah. Shaken, not stirred, Matt. Not stirred.
Oh.
Okay, well, it does suck. That could be a pretty key.
Let's be honest. Of all the ships on the board right now, that was the least important to a win.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, he was happy just to be alive after those 2 crits.
All right, so Blair will likely fly him off the board.
You know, I have never gotten to do that. Somebody's flipped the wrong dial and be able to fly them off the board. In all the games.
Mm-hmm. Would you have done it with a gleeful look in your eye?
Depends.
Depends
who and when.
Indeed.
I actually had that happen at Worlds, where an ability...
Oh, interesting. So they're asking, sorry to interrupt her. Matt just asked whether or not he can actually choose the straight maneuver.
Okay.
If he can even dial it in.
It's the same as red with stress.
I think so. I think it's in effect, isn't it?
Yeah. So, but at Worlds 2014, I had an opponent who, when he set up his Han, he was ever so slightly pointed towards the edge of the board.
Yeah,
and he was moving forward, and I go, hey, you're you're pointed towards the edge of the board. You need to consider that. And he does a 4K the next turn. His corner's just barely off. And I say, no. I'll give it to you this time. Edge it back onto the board. We'll leave it. I then proceeded to just destroy his entire list with my bombers, and because he K-turned too soon, and I slowed with all my bombers, so he was out of range.
Yeah, that's something you see a lot with people who are just starting the game. They're like real excited to do the K, and they K right in front of your ships.
Hey guys, I'm sorry to interrupt, but we are going to have to make a ruling here.
I believe
Blair gets to pick.
Yeah,
I think that's right.
So the text says that you cannot be assigned straights.
Yeah, no, Blair cannot pick a straight maneuver.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like at this point, imagine that this happens, it's not like you can choose a different...
Right. I mean, that would be unprecedented. You know, okay, my PS11 Vader has shaken
like
pilot.
Navigator.
Oh no, I revealed a straight maneuver. I get to pick anything else on my dial. Nah, it's Blair.
I'm loading the fact. It's taking a while, but I think I've seen
it's in
discussion or ruling about this.
It's I mean, how else would you resolve this?
Yeah.
He can't pick red either. Easy stress. He has to pick a legal maneuver.
Yeah.
The question I have is, can he pick a red maneuver if Elite wasn't stressed? Technically, it's a legal maneuver, but there's no actual ruling on it.
You mean like a K-turn, right?
Yeah. So if Elite was not stressed, could Blair pick a K-turn?
Yeah, so I think this goes under the Neen Num ruling. This actually came up last night in one of my games. That Neen Num doesn't turn K-turns green. And he turns all straight maneuvers green.
Uh-huh.
So I think by precedent, then, it's that the K-turn is not a straight maneuver.
Oh, no, that's not what I'm getting at. I don't remember. So in the old rules, it specifically said when your opponent picks a red maneuver and has a stress, you hand your dial to your opponent. Your opponent can pick anything but red. So, which makes sense. It's not a legal maneuver.
I see. So then, could Blair then give him a straight maneuver?
Well, no. He couldn't here.
Well, Blair could pick a straight maneuver for him, or would that then revert back to the original?
No. Yeah, he can. Blair can't pick a straight maneuver. My question is, Elite is not stressed but is shaken.
All right, so he's going to send him off the board.
Yeah. Poof.
He says he's using something called Two Faces rule. Is that a Batman reference?
Oh, no, he's rolling a die.
Oh, okay, yeah, he's saying... Cool. He's saying... Okay, yeah. He said if you roll a hit, take him off the board. If he said he rolled a miss, take him to the right. That was very sportsmanlike of Blair.
It was. He's still dead. So what we...
He said left turn, though, right?
Turn, yeah.
He probably meant hard left, too.
He said it.
Yeah. He said hard.
Yeah.
Or
Oh, okay.
he said turn.
Yeah.
As opposed to pick. Matt's just being...
He's being Matt.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. He has a very British sense of humor. Okay. That was exciting. So, the Elite is dead.
Okay, and we're back to a piece advantage. Yep, so he's stopping the Soontir straight. Now, Soontir can still 4 forward over him.
Yeah.
He's not going to block the 2 left turn or right, but
Bigger question is, what does IG do? Probably a 4K, but
he could do like a pre-boost Segnor type
well,
thing.
if he had gone by my advice, he would be screwed right now.
Oh, the one forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would have to pre-bank that probably. Okay, so the
K turn.
pre-focus probably means the K.
Yeah.
No,
What?
the one turn.
Huh. I'm so confused.
All right. Pirate has a chance to be a hero.
Come on, little guy. You can do it. I believe in you.
I wonder if he thought he was going to bail out here. This is interesting.
Matt is worried.
Yeah, which means they're both probably doing turns.
Yeah. I didn't see the one hard with the IG coming because I expected it to be blocked. Ooh. I can't tell if he hits the
This is
nub.
tight. Everybody's zooming in. He is clear.
Agreed.
Wow.
Okay, so he's bailing out. Fortunately, yeah, it means he's now gonna have to boost and barrel roll in order to get out of IG, but that
And-
puts him into Bandit.
Yeah, that's right.
So much space. I could have done it closer. He should have done the 1.9 hard.
That's right. Is there room to put the chat on the in-game chat on the UI?
Sadly, no. I mean, you could sort of fit it in where I normally put the cheesecake. But today I have the Team Covenant logo. Thank you, Team Covenant, for sponsoring this event. The winner, by the way, is going to get a really badass set of mahogany maneuver templates with
Mahogany.
mahogany.
That's right.
Yeah.
We need to send them some scotch too.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Team Covenant, me and Ricky spoke with them the other night with Zach, and he was enthusiastically open to sponsoring more online events, and asked us to send over some all the tournaments that are running now. So I think we've got a good, gaming group that's going to be backing the online stuff. I mean, it's been a little ad hoc with the Team Covenant Aces League, and hopefully it'll get more formal now. But cool stuff.
Okay, good thought here. Straight boost, and then the barrel roll will get him out of both arcs. Oh, does he want to go backwards?
Yeah,
I don't think he wants to go backwards.
no, he's going to rethink that. He's probably going to scoot him forward. Okay, he did want to go forward. I think he still can, technically.
Yeah. It's ideal not to pick up the ship like that, just to copy and move it back, but
Yeah.
it still works all right.
Yeah, I think Matt's a little rattled by that last turn.
Shaken, you'd say?
Yeah, I would say that. Not stirred.
Yeah, that looks a lot better.
So he can barrel roll back and then boost.
I think the boost might just be enough.
Might be. It's tough though. It's awfully close.
And I don't think there's room to barrel back.
Yeah,
and
he won't be able
boost.
to. He'll boost off the board if he does that. So yeah, he's got a boost here.
He might make it.
But
At
then
least
he's
though,
if he's boosting into the stress bandit's shot, and I think that target lock is still on him. So
no, it was on the gold.
no, that P1 is on Vader. The lock
That's right.
just
That's
sitting
right.
out there.
That's the guy who K-turned though. He's
yeah.
on.
All right,
he's
but
on.
if Vader does a boost,
Mhm.
he's gonna get shot at. And he's gonna get shot at either way, but. Okay, so Matt is working. He's off to go reset a router. So in my mind, he's got some cush IT job at like a luxurious resort where he just sits around and suns all day and then occasionally has to go reboot a router.
He's like working the Cayman Island banking system.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think he's somewhere in Australia.
I know. Just kidding.
Yeah. I'm gonna take a phone call. I'll be right back.
Looks like they just moved the P1 target lock onto Sunter, but I could have sworn that was on Vader. Okay, so Vader banks the target lock on IGB, takes a focus for defense. I think he might have a hard time getting a shot on IGB next round. And the only shot is the bandit. This is definitely not the spot that Sunter wants to be in here. I don't think you can really turn around back towards the middle of the map without tangling with that asteroid at the top. And if he even tries it, he'll really be risking IG and Bandit. So I kind of feel like Matt's gonna take off and try to get some space with Sunter, or cut it left and come underneath. But either way, Sunter's kind of out of it for 2 rounds. Which means that it gives IG a chance to Segnor left and put some threat on Vader, which is kind of exactly what he wants to do. So I'd say at this point, I think Blair might have a little better board position. So anybody who's tuning in, we're taking a couple minute break here while Matt fixes some IT problems. Sozin grabs a phone call, and I don't know where Sable went. But Matt is back.
Oh, I'm here.
Hey. So what do you think? What do you think about the board position here? Whose would you prefer? Whose shoes would you step into here?
I think for the short term, Blair has the better board position. However, even if he gets lucky and takes Vader off of this turn, which is doable, Sunter alone could take this entire list if flown correctly. Now we are talking about 2 excellent pilots, so this is anybody's game right now.
I can attest to that. Morgan flew around my 4 advanced and Vader for about 6 hours, just dancing through arcs, and killed off the whole list all by his lonesome. So it can definitely happen.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess while we're waiting, I'll go ahead and plug a few things.
Be my guest.
The first one is the Scum and Villainy podcast now has a Patreon. I will add that link in for those of you that are watching. That is used to support our podcast. It does all sorts of things, and we love all of our Patreon supporters.
I'm back.
I was just pimping Patreon.
Oh, thanks, man. That's great. I'll put a link to it in our
Perfect.
channel.
So I've outsourced that duty.
Ricky's about to join us, by the way. He says he's nearly got all of his stuff done.
So Patreon has been used to upgrade some more software and allow us to do a whole bunch of cool things that we never had the ability to do before.
Yeah, including one thing we're going to do is actually sponsor tournaments now. We'll
Guys,
have the...
I'm doing a test.
All right, you're on.
You're on.
This is the best day of my life. This is what I needed. I'm so happy.
What happened? What
I
did
think-
you steal?
I think
What
Matt
did you
Shadow-
steal, Ricky?
I didn't steal anything
Uh-huh.
per se. Like, okay, so I have a wife, and she happens to have a laptop, and it just so happens to be able to install things, and I used that laptop that wasn't mine per se, but through marriage to download programs and be here. And despite the fact that that was a really easy solution that just required me waiting, I'm still super happy that it happened.
You're super happy because the person that you love and would do anything for you and vice versa did something for you?
Yeah, isn't that
Okay,
great?
good.
That's a good thing, though.
I wouldn't know.
Oh, Sable, that's so sad.
I'm not going to let that sad thought ruin how happy I am to make it here.
I think it's a better story.
Guys,
Kelly.
I've been through a journey. Anyways,
On a horse with no name.
yeah, exactly. Can we talk about how awesome Blair has been playing just overall last couple of months? Like, that
He does
guy's a
good.
bully.
He is.
And that's in the best way possible. Like, you don't want to play him. Nobody wants to play him.
Look at this self bump he did with the bandit. Rather
Yeah.
than going after Sunter, he's like, I'm just gonna stay with Vader.
Oh, yeah. Well, this also prevents Vader from escaping unscathed this round.
Uh-huh.
Especially if he does sloop with IG-88B.
If he's setting up IG-88 to self-bump as well, you've got a very good... You know exactly where Sunter's going to be, and so you're just going to go ahead and hunt him down. I mean, him not moving is not the worst thing ever, too.
I worry that does not block the too hard from Vader.
In the end, though, he's not going to...
Maybe it does.
He doesn't have an awful position to go after
Yeah,
Vader
it does.
straight up.
Nice.
Self bump, but why the focus?
He's blocking Vader. He's
No,
got the focus. Nothing else. No other.
You're saying why not target lock Sunter, Dominic?
I mean, I guess
target lock Vader?
He's worried that Vader might do the one bank.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I had my
I would
screen
take the
scrolled
free-
over a little bit, so
The
I
free
thought
target
Sunter
lock.
just flew off the board. He's fine. We're all fine here.
So now Sunter's
How are you?
3 turns out of the battle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's interesting.
I kept wondering when Suntir's really going to show up and start winning the game. And
Look at
This
that.
is-
Running
yeah, this
from-
is good. Boost and barrel roll, and he's
Yeah.
in great shape.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the Suntir and Vader can win the game.
Yeah, this is why I
yeah,
thought
absolutely.
that the 2
Either-
forward was a little aggressive with Blair. Like a 1 forward seems to be... I mean, now he's going to get flanked.
Like he was gambling on the 2 turn bomb.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, Lyle, Sozin, Sable, have you guys been to a store championship yet?
Nope.
Yeah, I went to one yesterday, actually.
How did that go?
It was very large for a store championship. They've really grown. This was a standard store championship. No special store name, no huge amount of advertising, and they had 36 players.
That's like, I've heard of nationals that are smaller than that.
Yes, Iceland, for instance. Anyway, so it was a lot of fun.
Vader barrel rolls out of a shot, so he's completely safe. That,
Yeah.
so long as both Vader and Soontir are alive, and they look at the position, they're splitting this entire game. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know how. Of course, like they can get shots later, but I mean, you kind of want that when you're playing this sort of list. When it's mid game, you want your guys far away from each other and able to pick apart whatever they can. I mean, good on Matt. Matt is one heck of a player. I mean, the thing I like about this is it really showcases two X-wing players that you could argue are every bit of good as Paul or Nathan or Morgan, people that you know a little bit more of, but these guys are unquestionably as good. I mean, the players that everybody knows about that I just mentioned, none of them want to play Matt or none of them want to play Blair because those are just absolutely solid players that you just don't want to play because they're not going to make very many mistakes and they
Yep.
may make a lot of good plays. It's something that I'm happy that we get to see and we get to showcase.
Yeah, I actually think the whole crew is terrified of Blair.
Yeah, everyone. Yeah,
Huh?
why wouldn't you be? I mean, Blair is the thing I like about Blair is he's on every question, every move he makes is the right move every single time.
Oh, we saw him make one mistake this game.
That okay, you see, the fact that I'm shocked about that
Uh-huh.
says something, right? I mean,
I-
like,
I
I'm
think
kind of like, I don't believe you. Maybe I missed it. Maybe I was
Uh,
driving.
I think Blair's this turn was really bad for him.
He's still okay though, right?
Yeah, like the 2 forward was too aggressive. A 1 forward, he would have still had a shot on Vader.
Well, and now he can't K turn with that Z. He's in a real bad spot to track down either of them.
Mm-hmm.
If IG could move first, he'd be fine. But
Yeah, I mean, the guy definitely makes mistakes, but, like, if you pair him off in, like, a match of 7 games against, probably pretty much anyone.
and let's be honest,
Except for
here.
you, Dom. I think he's going to win it.
Let's be honest here. Blair just flew a ship off the board.
What, you mean Matt?
No. Blair flew Matt's ship off the board.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Blair beat me this season in Aces.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Dom, God blessed. I have been on the Dom train for so long. On Dom's a good player. I just wish that we could play more often. My love letter to you. Let's not make this awkward.
Well, Dom's playing a lot. You're back online. I keep seeing you saving files down to our Dropbox.
Yeah, I'm playing, I'm watching. But if there's one guy who plays more online than me, it's Blair.
Yeah.
He is every time I log in, he is there watching a game. And then he switches when that game ends, so you know that he's still plugged in. I can just imagine him like trying out lists and with a bunch of 16 tabs of squad editors or something.
Yeah, eventually his wife's going to get pissed at him and make him stop.
Yeah, that's always just you've got to manage that level, or it's.
It seems like a good podcast topic, dude.
But he has really put a lot of time into his game, and it shows.
Yeah. I had a
I
podcast
don't-
I wanted to do for a while, which is basically just interviews with hot gamer nerd wives that are pissed off at their husbands for playing so much, gaming. And that's the whole premise of the podcast, just them ranting.
I feel like that would be actually a pretty solid podcast.
It would be good. Yeah.
There's a Gamer Widows support group.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Exactly.
So, I'm thinking IGD does a 2-bank left and a 1-bank right boost. There's not much. Well, he doesn't have FCS. That isn't sure enough.
Well, I mean, is it B? If it's B, it's 2 shots, right?
Yeah, it's still shoot 2 shots, but
You're
against
2 shots
a
with the heavy
Turtle
laser
Vader?
cannon.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking. Well, to be fair, I feel like he's got a shot on Soontir. I mean, all he has to do is bank.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, everyone on Vassal and the Twitch feed is now exploding with advice for us on how to manage your wife points
Dear God, please.
It's-
I need the help, please.
It's easy. I didn't buy that expansion.
Man, I was able to use my wedding present as like everything I didn't order in the last year for X-Wing because of the wedding. And like I'm somehow grateful for that. I don't know how that happened. But I'm like happy I have all of that X-Wing material.
We're in round 9 or 10. 10? I'm
I
going
have
with
no
10.
idea. Sure.
So those bandits are there to corral ships. How are they gonna? I don't feel like they've got any shot at doing that this turn.
No. Nope. They're pretty much going to set up next round. Well, it's kind of the way it is with those pawns. You know, you set it up. You think you've lined him up to get 2 shots on an actionless Vader, and then he does something else, and the trap has missed. Right, and that's like 2 more rounds to set it up again.
Especially with the Z's. The Z's are.
That's right.
Yeah, this is something I learned a while ago actually playing you, Dom, was to, if I'm up against aces, to go as slow as possible with my ships. Like, and just hope that I can get those aces into firing arc. A lot of 1 forwards, waiting around. Barrel rolling back with B-wings.
Barrel rolling back your Z95s.
Oh, totally.
Somehow.
Yep, yeah.
So I think here that, last round I liked IGB Segnor to the left. I think now he kind of has to push Soontir away and do a 3
Yeah.
left bank.
I agree.
And don't let Soontir hard 1 and boost and then barrel roll and be back in the fight.
He does something like that, then he's at least got a shot.
Wouldn't a 2 left be better for that, Dom? A 2 left bank?
I think so. I think you do the 2. That sets you up better for whatever Soontir does.
The thing is that think about the 3, right? What move does Soontir have to make to get out of the 3 bank?
Wait,
The 3 bank left is better in every single way.
well he can't get out of it, but
Yeah, exactly. So he's getting better range on Soontir no matter what.
It's mostly to try and negate the auto thrusters.
yeah, I mean ideally you get him at range 2 so you get
worst case scenario, your range 2, where you're at least in range 3.
oh well range 2 is
No.
best case, isn't it? Because you want the
Range 2 is best
the
case.
reroll.
I think
Range
range
2.
1 is worst case.
Yeah.
Range 2 is best case.
Okay, he went
So
with
there he goes. He goes with the full
went
offense. And I
with
like
the
this.
3,
There's,
yeah.
there's very little Soontir can do to get out of this.
He's
Uh-huh.
gonna take a
3-turn
shot.
barrel roll boost, but then he's still being chased.
Worst case scenario, but he can live through 2 shots. Actually, I don't know. Like maybe you don't want to take those heavy laser cannons.
Hmm.
I mean, I still think that Blair's got the better position overall, even if he didn't set up his Z's perfectly. They're difficult to set up.
Mhm.
Blair played this round well.
So what's Vader gonna do here?
Yeah, that's my
Does
exact.
the barrel roll fit? If he can barrel back left, that's the winner.
No, he can't do it.
Now,
And I don't know why you would. Look at that angle. He's always going to have a shot no matter what happens. With that angle. Maybe, like, absolute best case scenario for Soontir, he's hiding behind the rock. But that angle,
best case he's at range 1 with focus and evade.
hard turn boost, yeah, he could get it.
A hard turn barrel roll.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no harm in trying the barrel roll back left here, just to see if it fits.
Even still, if you're the IG, you probably are going to kill. I mean, Soontir can maybe kill you, but it's going to be a shot on a shot no matter what.
He's boosting.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going after IG.
He should. He should.
Uh-huh.
Maybe you get lucky. Who knows?
Yeah.
Not to mention the position's super good.
So he had a lock on IG the whole
He
time?
had lock on
Yeah.
IG last round, so he
Oh,
gave
okay.
up the one boost round to focus and put the lock on him.
That's pretty good. He's got like a range 2 shot here, it looks like.
No,
Okay,
he's
so
playing.
Matt does
He's
the
playing
three
really
turn.
good.
Wow, this is super safe.
hmm
I would have too, though. I mean,
Well,
he's
now-
got that ability.
He can check to see if he got the barrel roll back left. He probably doesn't have it, but no harm trying.
Well, if he goes
Forward left, right?
left, he'd have to go forward.
Yeah, sorry.
Go back.
Towards the edge of the board, I should say.
I mean, left forward is really what you want to get.
I think
out
he's
of
got it.
Yeah, he definitely does. I think it takes him out forward
Mhm.
too.
Yep.
He's good to go.
Weirdly enough, do you not take any action, or do you think the boost gets you a better angle? Because he can take no action here, I think. If you think like a one hard turn. would
Yeah,
be
so
good.
Matt is struggling with this. He doesn't want to do anything more, but he's not sure that he's out. He's going to turtle, yeah? He's going to be safe. I think he is out, but we'll find out.
Okay, so is there a 3 move or a 1 move that you think is worthwhile, like a 3 bank to kind of like outturn that?
Well, a hard one, maybe.
Oh, Blair has a brilliant move next turn. Oh,
Was that pre-boost or something?
uh-huh.
What, pre-boost right, and then what?
And then sloop right or 4K. And if Suitor does a 2 hard next turn, he either bumps you or is right in front of you.
Yeah, it's a possibility. Oh, look at that. He's at range,
Range
2.
2. Nice. One thing I'll say about robots or IG-88 in general is that I really appreciate that IG-88 is in the middle of the pilot skill rating, in that it's so good for its stats that it requires playing and it's good versus higher pilot skill. And so it does at least a decent job of splitting pilot skill, which I appreciate.
It's one of 2 good scum ships.
Well, I think that the Mist Hunter is going to go a long way to that. I think the Mist Hunter is really good.
I entirely disagree.
Really?
Yeah, he did not have the shot.
This is strange though. He didn't add the crit. Didn't matter, but
Oh, yeah, he could have, yep.
The Mist Hunter isn't good because it's a B-Wing
Ooh, look
without
at that.
barrel roll
Naked.
coming directly into a meta where the B-Ring has been pushed out.
But I think the B-Wing's going to be really good too with the tractor beam.
So I think that's the question is whether or not the chart. Oh, he's going to hit him. Look
He
at
takes
that.
one, yes!
Crazy.
Go, little Z! Go!
so how far out was IGB from Center?
It looked to be about a third of a ship.
Oh wow.
I'm going to ask.
Clunk, clunk. Clunk, clunk.
Oh yeah.
Oh, real close.
Yeah. I like that boost in K turn.
Yeah, man, he really wishes he didn't have stress right now. Because at a minimum, a 5 forward and a boost would be super awesome at the moment.
How about a 4 forward and a boost? I mean, it's not so different, right?
Well, yeah. If Suter does like a 4 forward, moves out,
Like
whatever.
that's definitely not a move he's gonna go block, right?
Well, yeah, but okay. He's instead of blocking, Suter's out of the fight for 4 rounds. Great. You've accomplished the goal without blocking.
Yeah, but you're right. And then you're just hoping that Vader does well enough
Yeah.
in the meantime. Like it's a matter of like gambling, right? Like if you think that your Z's can kill Vader, then
I
that's
think he's
also.
got a good shot at this round.
I think you're exactly right too.
Okay, I've drawn all of my estimated flight paths on the map. I think that Vader is going to come to the right of Space Britain. He's going to want to get away from these bandits.
Interesting.
And that Sunter can, I think, like you said, Dom, just get out of dodge. 4 forward. And then bank. Or then boost, rather. It'll look more like this.
It's not the entirety of Space Britain, though. It doesn't have Ireland. And it's missing a lot of Scotland.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's got Space Jabba up to the left of it. And what's the little one? Is it?
It's the pregnant nun.
That's
Or is that
pregnant nun
Jawa?
on
No,
the
that's
right.
no, it's the Jawa.
That's Jawa. Is pregnant
Yeah.
nun on the right? No.
I
No, that's
love
not
that
up.
there are names for all of this. That makes me very happy.
Matt actually named them all.
Well,
He
good
got some
job,
really good
Matt.
ones in there.
Yeah, so the Jawa's in the lower right corner, and then I think the middle finger is up in the upper right corner.
Uh-huh, right, that's the FU.
Yeah.
And is that Space Australia on the right?
No, so that's the big one.
Oh, right,
That's the
yeah.
big
I
debris.
thought that was the debris.
Yeah, it's the big debris, yeah. All right.
So, Dom, what do you think about tractor beam?
I think it's really good. I think it's mostly going to find a home on defenders, but every time I've flown it, it has been a huge difference maker. I've thrown and drew onto rocks before. I mean, people with missiles are in real trouble. It has made huge effects on every game I played with it. So I think it's going to be a real difference maker. The limit right now is the ships. I'm not sure.
It's
think we're
B-Wing,
gonna-
Mist Hunter,
Yeah.
Sick.
Well, and even YV. I mean, there's a lot of ships that can do it. I think there's some exploration to try. Shuttle, YV, both interesting chances too.
I like it on IG as a second beam weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's certainly times where, I'm at range 1, and a barrel roll would put my target onto a rock or something like that, or set up a perfect position for the other shot, or for 1 point, I can find a point to slap it on an IG as a contingency. It gives you more tools.
Yeah. One thing I've really liked doing with it is actually the boost. I've like pulled a stress hog into range 1,
Yes.
so it can only stress me once, and then you hit it back with the direct, with the primary if you're dealing with tie D, with 0 agility. It's really good.
I was joking about doing a super dash, but replacing heavy laser cannon with tractor beam.
I'm working on a 5-ship rebel that has the stress spot and at least a tractor beam and a TLP. It's like the weirdest toolbox of cheap rebel tricks.
A 52-point dash that can't hurt you.
No, it just flies in front of you, right? It just has APL.
Awesome. And he's already annoying enough. Now you've made him even more annoying.
But yeah, I find it with all the lists I'm building. If I have 1 point here and there and I have a ship that can take it, I'm like, why not put it on the Palp shuttle? Why not put it,
Why not put it on Boba Fett?
Yeah. Yeah, high PS, though, I think is really where it's going to shine. That's
Yeah,
why Rex,
that's
Rex is
exactly
Rams.
what I think is like the earlier you fire that thing, the better.
Yeah. Rex VI, very interesting ship.
Yeah, you heard about the Dom. I'm sure you heard about the 4 Buffalo list.
Oh, I did see that.
So that's 4 lambdas, electronic.
Tractor,
Yeah.
tactician, baffles.
Yeah,
The Buffalo.
it's awesome.
Could work.
All right, so dials.
I will never ever say no to shuttles winning because it just makes sense to me.
I know the 3 of us cannot get together here. This is a shuttle love fest.
Oh man, the most efficient ship in the game. I just think of I think of White Plains.
That
Filled-
nobody liked for months.
Yeah, it got a lot of crap online. It's
Filled
funny.
with shuttles. Brilliant,
All right, boys.
slow, stupid shuttles.
Here we go.
Huh,
All right, so
I wouldn't have
Yeah,
gone that way.
the pirates.
Well, yeah, this is interesting. He's going with your flight path here.
He is, yeah. I think he's thinking that Vader is going to go to the east of Britain, but if Vader just does a 1 left bank, he's going to regret it.
It was going to be really risky, though, if he did that.
Uh-huh. Okay, so there's the boost. All right, here it comes. And the 4K.
I called it.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Nice. The problem is he doesn't have a surefire way of taking advantage of it.
Is the 4 going to hit him?
4 could, yeah.
Oh, it's super close. I think it's going to hit. We'll see what he does.
Oh, boy.
Yep. Yeah, I saw that one coming.
Man, that was really risky, because a 2 forward from the pirate was also...
Uh-huh. Well, yeah, but 2 forward would have blocked Vader, but then Vader still has a shot and doesn't get a shot back.
Yeah, I think the arc rotates back and it's missed on
Yeah,
both.
but-
Yeah. Certainly no harm, right?
But he'd have a shot at the lower bend. Or the,
I think Pirate 1 does not have a shot on Vader right now, right?
Right.
Huh. What's Matt thinking about here?
I don't know, barrel roll.
Yeah.
Barrel roll.
he's
Do
thinking
it.
about position next turn.
Everything's K. Barrel roll. Homie. You're range 1.
Yeah, you think it'd just be kind of barrel back, target lock this guy and go, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like go. Murder.
He's probably
Go
thinking
for-
about he wants to one-shot him.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, he's out of... Okay.
I mean, he's out of arc. It's all about positioning. With the barrel roll, like Ricky says, he'll better for next round. But
Yeah, because now the
Victor
both
goes
double
right into
3Ks.
oh, look at that, he blocked him. I'm sure actually Matt's okay with that.
yeah.
Bad news is out. He's
what's-
actually
what's-
behind him, right?
Mm-hmm.
The one downside is stress. Unless he's got, does he have tie and I'm not aware of it, or
No.
that was a 2. Okay, so he's
But-
still clear stress.
Jeez. I mean, Blair can 3 forward and then take pot shots at Vader, but then Soontir's going to be on his tail. So I think
Yeah.
Blair has to 1 forward with the robot. But then a hard 1, and I think that... No, hard 1
Matt-
bump.
Matt's got some serious opportunities for 2 rounds that he needs to take advantage of, and then really for a round. He has to take advantage of this round and next round because that robot's going to be able to fire on Vader, and he's got the ability to straight kill him with dice, and you never want that opportunity unless you think you're going to be able to profit off of it.
Oh boy.
Okay, it's pretty good. Man, Vader's boss. Look at that.
Yeah, that ATC is so good.
Oh, that's a good roll.
I'm gonna laugh if he does have arc.
Hmm.
I just
might.
like laughing at the misfortune of Imperials, if you hadn't noticed. Laugh!
You run
Laugh!
both shuttle and bombers. Like
Yes!
that
He kids because
That
he loves,
doesn't
Ricky.
make any-
Because he loves.
that doesn't make any sense to me.
Some pilots just want to watch the world burn.
I think that makes sense.
Ricky, you're missing. I'm not laughing because they're Imperial. I'm laughing because they're common.
All right, that's fine.
Okay, round 11.
I think you... K-turn with a northern sea and just do a 1 forward with a southern sea?
Or a 1 right bank, but
No, you don't want him to do a 2 or 3 hard and clear.
The thing is I feel like I feel like the Imperials have one more round of
Impunity?
generally better positioning, and then it's anybody's game. And the longer this game goes, the more I feel like Scum's gonna win unless the Imperials make a move.
I think this is the round to gamble a bit. I think he tries to block Vader, maybe K the North Bandit, but then 3 forward, B, and then boost.
Boost, yeah. I agree.
Because I don't think that Vader can really get out of that unless he bails back towards away from the combat.
hey,
No,
just let
I
Sunter
absolutely-
wail away on the robot and pray.
Yeah, but he's going pretty far. If he has a 3
Yeah.
forward and then a boost, he is
So-
moving 8 increments.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but-
So if Sunter does a 2 or 1
or 3.
hard, well, 3 is slightly different because he's got the rock in front of him. But 1 or 2 hard, even with boost and barrel roll, he can't cover that distance. He's going to have a shot. It's not going to be a good one.
Hmm.
But that's why I said it was a gamble. I mean, I feel like
Yeah,
you
it's
have
a
a
gamble.
good chance to get Vader here. If you just go 1 forward, you're prolonging the inevitable.
Right. I think Blair has to risk this game. Because he's got to be able to... He's got to take one of these Imperial ships down while he still has Z's on the board. Otherwise, it's over.
That said, I am kind of rooting for a B Sunter endgame between these two guys. I really want to see how that plays out.
Yeah, my money would be on Sunter.
I think the B reroll really makes a big difference, especially with Pred. I just don't know.
Mm-hmm. I mean, assuming you can get him into arc, I agree, but
Well, with that Segnor's loop though, it's pretty. I mean, either you can get him to bump you, or he won't have a shot, or you can Segnor and at least turn arc on him,
Mhm.
or boost in Segnor, and you're definitely going to get arc, but no action. Yeah, so that's what I'm rooting for. I hope he zooms up here, kills off Vader, doesn't take too much damage. Sunter cleans up the bandits, and then we see the 1v1 endgame. Actually, you know the other move with B here? It's the hard one right.
Yeah, bump.
stay in place.
Mm-hmm. Good call. I didn't catch that one.
And then the only danger is Center K turns, which is a possibility, but yeah. So Sunter has to guess: is he going to zoom south or is he just going to stay in place? Which puts Sunter in a hard spot.
So, the thing I like to characterize Scum, Imperial, and Rebel is I feel like Rebel kind of gets off on efficiency and solid sort of synergy. Imperial gets off on really good stats and just winning off of like the razor's edge of frailty. And then Scum, if you win because of either really cheap tricks or IG-88's pure cold robotic efficiency.
The problem that Scum is having
Mm-hmm.
is that every wave they get stuff that would have been fine 2 waves ago.
Yeah, like other than robots, like and to be fair, Glitter Stim is very good. I know you think that, like, you and I are like on that train of you should do, Star Wars drugs, not real drugs, but like Star Wars.
Drugs are a hell of a thing.
Star
Remember,
Wars
kids,
drugs
do
are
drugs.
worth it. Star Wars drugs are worth it in the game of X-Wing because
Glitter Stim
is
just
a very
ended a game of mine. I was playing a Juke Swarm
Mhm.
against a Boba IG, both with Glitter Stim. Juke hard countered by Glitter Stim.
It's a very good card though, both offensively and defensively. If you know the round you need to use it.
My favorite use of Glitter Stim was Boba Fett was surrounded by
There it is.
basically actionless, but
He's really going after Vader, and he's gonna kill Vader. He has to.
accuracy corrector swarm, basically.
I feel like this is the game. If Vader lives
And IG doesn't take too much.
Yeah.
and IG doesn't take too much, those are the two questions this round. Is Vader gonna live, and is IG gonna take a ton of damage?
Blair doesn't. Oh, never mind. Of course he doesn't have glitter.
Yeah,
Plays it safe.
because
Matt called it.
oh man, this is still a good round for Matt. Like this is the thing, like Matt and Blair are both.
Huge round for.
These guys have been drinking each other's milkshake the entire game, and it's incredible to watch. Like each round, I think that I can totally see.
Oh no!
Oh!
Oh! Oh!
Oh, he still gets
Oh! And he gets through.
Wow!
That is
You
a stay
can't
of execution.
You can't get mad about that. You have to be happy. That was worth it. Well done. Everything's
Worth
K.
the price of admission.
All right, do over.
Okay, gentlemen, I'm off to roost. I'm not going to sit this one out. It'll still be going in the
tagging you
morning,
in,
I'm sure.
I'm tagging you in.
Yeah, you
I'm
showed up so
feeling
I can leave.
invigorated by even being here,
I'm
which
not going
I
to.
wasn't sure of at about 6:45 this evening.
Right. And I'm not going to open another bottle of mead. I killed this one off, so.
Well, I will march on where you cannot.
Thank you,
So,
Sable.
final prediction, and I'm not going to stick around, so I've got no stake in this.
Yeah. Throw it to me.
Let's see. The Southern Z does a 3 bank right. If it doesn't bump, focuses. IG88B does a 1 forward, bumping that Z, and then a 2 bank with the northmost Z.
Mark, what are you thinking about your next game in the relegation? Whatever we have for the league or whatever.
I think I'm just going to joust. That seems like a good idea.
I think that you're going to lose every game from here on out.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to do like a 1 forward joust, and then K turn, and then 1 forward.
I think you're going to
To
lose
K
every
turn.
game, and I hope that my predictions for you continue.
So I'm going to go back to wave 1 tactics, which is before I started playing the game.
Ed, that game versus Ed is scheduled, right?
Yeah, Thursday.
When is it?
Thursday at 6 p.m. Central.
Ah, cool. Okay, Sable. Thanks for talking to us, man.
Yes, you all have a wonderful evening. Enjoy the winner of this game, who is X.
Yeah, it's still. I like the fact that we're
it's
still in question of who's going to win.
It's absolutely anybody's game, but I think Matt has the edge. But
I think
yeah.
that but the Imperial, if Matt's green dice hold, he's got better position. But if his green dice just give out, the game's over.
Well, yeah, that's true of either side right now.
Either way, like they're both absolutely maximizing their odds, which I find incredibly entertaining. Is like they're getting shots, they're doing pretty good.
Yeah, no, it's got the last couple rounds have been a chess match, and Matt has just managed to make all the right moves.
Right.
I felt that way I was playing Matt basically to get into this tournament, with the last game of the season in the Aces League, and I felt like he just made all the right moves in that one too. So he's doing something. He's doing something right. He's definitely playing the mind game very well.
Matt and Blair were the two we added over the last year on recommendation from most people. Not to mention they were highly rated in the ELO League. And I can't remember, was Matt or Blair higher rated at the time?
I think it was Blair.
They were both basically top of the ladder, and it's interesting because I don't think that's necessarily changed, other than Paul just kind of reminding everyone that he's better than everyone else in X-Wing. Like, other than those events, I don't think Matt or Blair has kind of given up a we're the best player overall sort of flag between the two.
Well, certainly rating-wise, that's true. Matt did lose his first 2 games of league play this year, though.
Sure, but I mean, he's playing in the championship. That's okay.
Oh, and he turned around and won the next 9 or something crazy. I mean,
My counter argument is I
7.
win games in this league. I mean, if I can do it, anybody can do it, man.
you don't give yourself enough credit, Ricky.
I mean,
Didn't you
Look.
beat Dom this year?
Oh,
A pirate lord never gives away his secrets.
I believe Zizor flew over a debris and took a crit
Uh-huh.
that ended any chance I had.
Yeah, he died from the direct, right?
The one
It started a chain reaction.
Right,
the,
right.
the one thing that I felt like I did that won that game that wasn't dice dependent, and I felt like I got very dice lucky, was I was at least controlling who you were shooting, which was all I really wanted, and the dice kind of helped push that over.
I think we're about to see the next turn.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I think Matt plays it safe here and hard turns Sunter right.
Yeah.
Just based on the activity recently.
Does
So I think Blair should K-turn this IG.
does the bee have inertial dampeners, and have they been used yet?
Yeah,
Yes.
he popped the dampeners already.
So why not a 2 forward?
Because the bandit could fly up far enough to get IG to bump.
K turn straight sloop, or am I missing something?
Yeah, probably. So what are you asking for? What
What move
IG should
would,
do?
Yeah, what move would block soon to or 2 forward?
Potentially 3 bank on the pirate, and then B bump into him.
Yeah, but that's
Okay.
not what's going to happen. Hey, look at that. And if he does do the hard right too, he's going to get shot at. He's going to get shot at either way, I guess, but...
Yeah, he's going to take fire no matter what. And if he goes that direction, that is going to take heavy fire. Suntir's got to dice roll his way through that.
Vader's going to get a shot. If he boosts. Do it, Vader.
It's does he want a barrel roll boost, or does he want to boost and then?
I'd boost target lock, because then he's got the target lock and he's not going to get shot at, but...
That's
Well, if he boosts, he needs a barrel as well to get the shot on
This
IG.
is what-
But then he's
Well,
this
no,
is
sorry.
what I love about
I've got him going for the
Imperials.
bandit.
They're flying on the razor's edge. There's
the pirate.
5 hit points for the Imperials. 5. They have 5 hit points. The enemy has what? 6, 10. Yeah, exactly. Like double the hit points, but the Imperials have every sort of maneuverable edge. They can outposition if they guess right and fly right, and that's how Imperials should feel. I think that is the biggest hurdle for Imperials winning a tournament, is you have to fly right every single game, and you have to have average dice rolls.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, it almost seems to me like the Imperials and the Rebels are flipped. Like, you would think that, like, the spunky sort of guerrilla type Rebels would be highly agile, but not too powerful. Whereas the, like, big, hulking, military industrial complex would be like this, slow moving, but super powerful thing. But instead it's the other way around. The Rebels are that way, and the Imperials are super agile.
The reason why I'm kind of okay with it is if you've ever played a Star Wars game, the Rebels are always more powerful per ship, and so it takes an Imperial badass to win.
That's right. Yeah, the Imperials are basically just spamming out cheap, agile ships.
Yeah, like if you played X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, the X-Wing was definitely better than the TIE Fighter.
Okay, look at that. He did a 2 bank.
He's got a focus evade.
Well, he might be able to squeeze a barrel roll back, but he's still going to be at range 3, so... But I think he's at range 2 now, so...
And he's got a range 1 on that. He could kill that Z right then and there. Just by focus evading.
He probably goes full turtle here, but... I don't know, Dom, would you go back? Would you barrel roll back, or do you not like the options it gives you next round?
You mean forward and left?
Yeah.
I don't think...
You don't have
Yeah,
range
I think
1,
if you're going to do that, you just turtle up here and eat it.
Because you have range 1 on the Z. I'm not sure if you have range 1. If you trying to eyeball that. If you range one that
Oh, did we just miss Vader taking 3 actions?
Well, I didn't see him move the target lock onto that pirate, but yeah, if he moved the target lock, then he took 3 actions.
Who was the lock on?
It was on IG.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that was boost, target lock, and focus, yeah.
yeah, he's trying to murder down this
Okay, yeah. So he did take 3 actions. Huh.
I feel like the Imperials need to do something this turn.
He's
Yeah,
going
so
to
it looks
turtle.
like he's going to turtle.
Yeah.
I don't think. I think you're right. I think not only does it put him in a bad position next round, where he's basically fleeing again,
Uh-huh.
but I think he's still got thrusters. It's going to be close.
Oh, you think it's range 3? Yeah, it's going to be...
I think it's range 2.
That looks like range 2 to me.
But this is Blair's shot here to crack it open a little bit.
Oh, I think you're right.
Strange too.
Yeah.
I think it's range 2.
Yeah.
Oh, shiz. You better kill that Z.
Yeah.
That being said,
It's not enough.
I don't think there's any world where Sinter can spend that. Oh my
Yeah.
god, he does.
Wow.
He just does not care about B's ability.
That is crazy. Okay, so... He loses
Maybe he
his
feels
shields.
like one of his aces can kill IG in the end.
Okay, here comes the kill shot with Vader.
It's just a range 2 dice focus. Okay, well maybe you're right.
Mm-hmm. And he lives.
Dom, I think that Matt thinks he can survive 1 hit point of damage, which is his goal. Take 1 hit point of damage and kill this Z.
Yeah, he will.
I think-
He'll lose the
I
stealth
think-
though.
But I think that's a fair trade.
Huh.
1 hit point of damage for 1 more ship and just having it be a 2v2.
Ooh, Predator the miss and got nothing. I think you might need to spend it here to make him use the tokens.
Yeah, I agree. He did.
Yeah, you want to I think with the interceptor, you should, if you take 1 damage, it's worth it.
Oh, he needs to spend. So
He's-
he's going to tart.
He's got to spend it. So
Well, it
No?
depends. Does he just take 1?
Yeah, you can
live
just
with
take
it?
Yeah,
one,
yeah,
yeah.
because I think taking 1's the way to go. It's 1 damage. You're alive and soon to your fell. That's the point.
hmm
There he goes.
he takes it. Wow.
Okay, so not a full success on the mission, but I'd say there's some accomplishment there.
The thing is that he's not got awful position for Vader to take serious damage onto that IG. He's got ATC. So he's got a decent position.
Yeah.
It's a matter of how he can take advantage of Vader to put some crits on IG and end it. Soontir Fel, if he's alive, he can kill everything. So you don't want to... I applaud his decision because he doesn't want to die with Soontir. 1 hit point's just 1 hit point. The game state hasn't really changed, except it's easier to hit Soontir now, but if he doesn't take shots, it's the same game plan, right?
I think Blair goes into like full protect IG mode here.
He should, because IG's his hammer. I mean, if he's got 2 blockers, he can create a really effective wall. So I think he's got to be a little protective of that last Z and make it annoying to kill him.
Yeah, I think IG. I think that bandit, or not the bandit, the pirate in the middle, 2 turns left to block up Vader.
Yeah,
The other one K turns, and then IG 1 banks right
I think that's
to block up Soontir.
it. Simultaneously sets up a trail shot and blocks at the same move.
And it preps the K in the next turn.
And you're gonna give the bandit a shot on a actionless Soontir if it works.
And he's set up worst case scenario. I mean, if the longer those guys live just to be in the way, the more likely Blair's got a shot at winning this. even still, like, I don't know who's going to win this game, and I like that. I think that the Imperials have a good shot if they continue to play generally perfect Imperial play, and give Matt credit because he's absolutely played. The thing about Imperial is like if so long as you stay on that ridge, you're fine. And Matt's staying on the ridge and making all of the right
Oh
decisions.
yeah, he's dancing through the minefield. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
yeah, exactly. Like, good for you for guessing right over and over and over again, and that's what it takes to be a play in Imperial. But he's doing it, and good for him.
Well, Blair put down pretty fast.
yeah. I'm not sure he's got a lot of options at this point.
So Dom, okay, if you throw, do you do that? Like, try and throw dials down as quickly as possible? Like, what is that? That's part of the game, right? Is like laying down dials confidently,
Okay.
and I like to run the forever thought process. I won't lay down any of my dials until they're all set. Will you like lay them all down fast? Like for me, I like to until I'm all done. I don't like to pretend like I'm done.
Right. Yeah, I do too. I set them all in my hand, and then once I'm done with everything on the board, I set all my dials down.
Yeah, because I'll play every mind game I can, and maybe this makes me not the nicest person, but I will I'm the friendliest player in the game, but I will like pay attention to like things I say and things you say to think that like if you're going to move fast or slow. I think that there's a little bit of that on the
Oh yeah,
table
there
that I
is for
miss.
sure. I mean,
Yeah.
there's even like dial placement. The
Hmm.
fact that Blair
Yes,
set
yes,
his
exactly,
pirate
exactly.
dial
Because I'm
right
not
under
gonna,
Space Britain, is that a sign that he's not going to two turn left?
or he's gonna turn left.
Yeah,
There's a lot of that. There's a lot of mind
yeah.
games there that I think is really entertaining. I do that. I do that stuff purposely, which I think is. I don't know if it works, but it definitely soothes me when I need to think about things while playing an X-wing game. Is like I'm going to set this here to mess with you, and it doesn't have anything to do with anything. That
Yeah.
guy's like, "What are you talking about?" But it makes me feel better,
Yep.
and I
Okay.
think about him doing that too.
Turn right. Okay, he wants a shot on Vader. Okay. Okay, I can get behind that. I was thinking one bank and take an evade, but this
Vader is
this could be a kill.
Vader is definitely the easiest target of the two because a
Yeah, but the
bank's going
problem
to
is
block. The bank's going to block. He has to move straight because the bank's going to block unless he gets a kill.
yeah, now he obviously can't K again. But if Sunter's bumping him after this round, it's okay.
If he gets a
He'll just
double
bump.
block here, it's over. He needs to get two shots because I think if Vader one banks left, he's probably. I mean, he's hoping for one damage, right? But he's
Yep.
probably dead.
Well, Vader will probably be dead if he doesn't cripple B. And is a good chance with the target lock, he will cripple B.
So you're rolling. We're going to assume he's blocked. So it's 3 dice with a free crit, right?
Yep.
I don't think that's going to kill B.
Not kill, but he's going to probably get one crit through, possibly two.
I don't think he's going to get a shot with Zundir. So
So interesting. He's picking who's going to go first, which kind of implies they're not both doing the obvious bump.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So success on Vader.
Yep.
So at the least, he might be crippling B to take out Vader.
Oh, there's a world where this is the last round.
Yeah.
the thing is that Vader's probably dead, and IG's still probably not. No matter what happens, unless Vader's super lucky, IG probably lives, Vader probably dies, and it's Soontir versus 3. Unless Soontir, I mean, even if he hard turns 1, I think he's missing a shot. So I think IG's gonna live.
Oh, look at that. 4 forward. Wow.
Oh, he has his choice. Is that going to fit?
I
If
guess
it does fit, he's going to be crying because the Brobot's going to light him up.
Well, it's got a pick, but yeah.
Wow, this isn't.
Ooh, ooh.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be
no.
close. Look
He's
at that.
got range 1.
He can still go forward. Oh man.
Oh, wow, that is super close.
Man, it's going to come down to this.
So he's well,
That's crazy.
all right. So
I can't
if
zoom
that-
in, so it'll mess up the Twitch feed. You guys are going to have to let me know
I
how
don't
it goes.
think I don't think it fits.
Give me a second. I've got to look at this.
Oh, he's got to scooch over a little bit, maybe.
Look, guys, I'm the final arbiter. We got to come up with something.
There we go.
All right, so that is the final resting place. I feel like he's touching Vader.
He just rotated him. Wait a second. I feel like those bottom nubs need to be shifted north a little bit. Wow, this is
I don't think he fits. Guys,
there.
tell me
Is
that
that-
I'm wrong.
Yeah,
I-
I'll let them know.
This is super close.
Guys, I don't think they fit.
I can't zoom in, so it's up to you two. Unfortunately, I can't tie break.
Give me a second. They need to move them back just a little bit.
Just like
along
so,
the
that's
hills.
perfect with the nubs. Oh my god, that is so close.
Another
I
roll
think-
off?
I mean,
No, no,
technically,
no,
you
no,
could make
no,
an
no.
argument that fits.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think that. Hold up. Is there a way I can move the ship?
You have to join as player 3, so become player number.
Okay.
Tyler thinks he's in, by the way. Yeah, the Twitch channel thinks he's in.
I think that he's in too. I really do. Hold up. Give me a second before I join. I'm going to join as 3. Give me a second to take a look at this. I think he's clear exactly where he is. I'm looking at spaces on both sides. Exactly where he is. Although I feel like
Yeah, I think that's it. I think he fits.
he fits. He fits. This is over.
I don't think it's over. I mean, he still was going to shoot at Vader or Sunter. You can only pick one.
No. The debate's over. The debate is over. He fits in.
Wow.
So look, moving Vader first, look how important that was that he allowed Sunter to get a shot on the pirate.
Mm-hmm.
Just really smart play.
Okay, 2 hits. Predator does not pay
Ooh.
off.
Nothing.
Oh wow, look at that though.
crippled, and he has not. There's a lot of bad crits in there. He's pulled a few benign ones so far. Console fire. Whew. Not great, but not game.
Not the worst.
Wait, that was the robot?
Yeah.
Jeez, he's down to 1. That's rough.
Yeah, Sunter can gamble now and get up in his grill.
I only saw the one crit, console fire. What was the other crit?
There was only 1 crit. Oh, he's dead.
Yep, pirate's down. Okay, who do you shoot at with B?
I mean, the lock's on Vader, but
B doesn't have a lock. All right.
they both have locks.
Pirate,
Oh, with B, you mean?
Pirate probably.
You fire on Soontir for the range 3 shot, right? That's it. You
Well, they're both
You-
range 1. He can shoot. He can shoot Fel, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he's not touching.
Fell's got the way more dangerous dial.
Yeah, and he's got auto thrusters. I think he's harder to kill. So I think I think you go for Fel here. Makes sense.
If you've got shots on both, you go on Vader, but I don't think the Z's got a shot on Fell.
Well, the Z's got a shot on Fel, right?
Yeah, what I'm saying is that the Z has a shot on Fell, you take it. If the Z has a shot on Vader, then I mean, either way, Fell's the way
Yeah,
more difficult target. You
That's
take
right,
on-
and I agree. I mean, Pirate shooting on Vader range 3 is kind of a Hail Mary anyway. Oh! An amazing roll
Who's he shooting at? Sunter?
at Fel.
Oh,
Misses.
wow.
Guys, the dice don't lie.
He
The
killed him.
dice don't lie.
Jeez. That's amazing.
Oh.
He's out.
Here's the thing: Vader can still win this game.
Oh yeah, easily.
That's the thing about Imperial is, despite the fact that they're still losing, they're winning until they're not.
Yeah, I mean, I think IG's got a three bank right here and clears crit. Or he'll potentially die to the console fire.
And if Vader K turns, then the bandit can sneak up
Yeah.
behind him.
Well, he's got no. I think he just has to. I think he just blocks that with the ban. No, because then Vader could just one forward.
Hmm.
I definitely didn't expect Soontir to die there, but that is what you kind of walked yourself into with them.
Tyler suggesting the Vader 3 forward here, which will certainly clear IG and take out that pirate. But will that clear a
Tyler's-
2 bank from the pirate?
Tyler's on.
He is on.
He's chatting.
You
He's
should
on Twitch.
invite him in.
All right, let's do it. You said the word pirate, Lord.
I'm sorry, no, Tyler's a broadcasting. I won't call him a broadcasting genius because that way oversells him. He's a broadcasting average, which is saying good. I'm broadcasting below average.
Okay, incoming. 3, 2, 1.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, man.
I'm broadcasting average. I like it.
You're like a 6 out of 10.
All right. I was hoping for 7 out of 5, but that's all right.
Yeah, I'm like
5 out of 7.
one.
No,
I'm
7 out of
I'm
5. I
like
saw that
7 out of
thread.
5.
That
one
was-
out of 7. Tyler's 5 out of 7.
yeah. What do you think of this game so far, man?
It's been pretty good. I've been I told Ricky I was watching the whole thing, but I have a D&D 5 game every Monday night, and we just got over. So I was finally able to jump into chat and actually listen to what you guys were talking about. It's been good. I can't believe the 4 forward into the gap. It was
It fit. I'm sorry. Like I looked
no,
at
no,
it.
it did. Yeah,
It
it for
did.
sure did.
It totally fit. Like I moved it around and it still fit.
Yeah. No, I was surprised at at him picking that because I had him bailing Vader to right, like with a 3 hard right up and then boosting out. And because he's basically been playing this yo-yo game with Vader and Fell all game, where anytime IG turns on one of them, it's the other one that comes in behind, which is how you want to play 2 aces like this. And it was just Blair finally got the right call, where he got them both to close.
So Tyler, am I wrong in assuming that Bader that Blair is like the Jaws shark right now? Like that no one wants to like have attack him?
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, a little bit. He's a really, really good player, and he's like a frustratingly good player, if you will.
Sure.
Because like, it's not only does he not make mistakes, but like, even my aces game, that's like one of the most frustrating games I've ever played. Because like, even when I got things to go my way, like, it didn't go my way.
You're like, screw you, you monster.
So it was a frustrating game. R3 left to get out of the dodge. Yeah, I think so. I think Vader has to. It's either a 2 forward or a 3 forward, but he has to go kill the Z this turn because he doesn't want to be dealing with the Z and trying to get IG in check.
Yeah,
and IG has to leave right now, right? He's got a console fire. He's got to go
Yeah,
away.
I
for a
think he's
turn or
3
two.
left or 3 right. I mean, I just don't see another way around that.
Vader's got to kill this Z. He's got to lock it up, and then he's got to make it
Yeah.
a Vader versus IG. Vader can win this. He
Oh,
can
no,
straight
that's-
up win this. It's just that he's got to follow proper Imperial procedure. Kill the nobody and then make it a duel 1 versus 1 versus the last important person. I've seen Star Wars. My understanding is that's how they do things. Am I wrong? Like,
No, yeah, he well, look at every attack on the trench run, right? Like he never kills the lead guy. Like it's like, all right, I'm gonna shoot the dude to the left. Now I'm gonna shoot the dude to the right. Now I'm gonna shoot the guy in the middle. Like we work our way up.
exactly. We have to do this things interesting.
I would like to also point out that Matt's Academy pilot used all of his green dice against me in the last round, which is why he promptly got vaporized off the board in the first shot. Because I shot that guy with like 13 different ships, and he never didn't die.
You made the classic mistake of attacking an Academy pilot. I mean,
apparently.
That's just the general rule. I spent 12 dice on this, and you're attacking it.
God, I wish I spent 12 dice. I spent 12 ships shooting over multiple turns. Like, no, this wasn't like, I threw some dice at it. I shot this guy with my entire list like 3 turns in a row.
Did you attack the 1 hit point Academy? You know that's the hardest thing to kill in the game.
Yeah. With crack shot, I might add. With crack shot.
He can self-bump here, which I think is a very Blair thing to do.
Yeah.
Yes!
Oh my god, that is so risky.
That is such a Blair thing to do.
He has a console fire on a 1 hit point IGB. Oh my god.
And this is the 3 forward I called. Like the 3 forward fits.
Yeah, easily.
Oh, well, not easily, but I think it fits.
Wow, I can't believe he did
If
that.
it doesn't, you bump. I mean,
Could he have taken the action prior?
Oh yeah,
No, he's already stressed.
The fire!
Oh my god, the console.
Oh my god, the
Don't roll that
console
till-
fire!
Yeah, don't roll that till the start of combat. Don't let Vader know.
Oh man.
The console fire, guys! Guys!
This
Yeah,
is
that's true.
so
If he does, he just bumps.
bold. Oh, he bumps.
Oh my god, Vader bumps too. Oh,
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh shit! The console fire, guys! It's happening! Dear
Oh, shit.
The dice don't lie! The dice don't lie!
That's a focus target lock pirate.
Yeah.
Like Vader could kill him
range
straight
2.
up out here. Like he's got Predator, but
Doesn't have
like that
target lock,
is
though.
He doesn't
Man.
block.
I think
Oh,
that pirate
God.
like lives with one hull left.
Oh yeah, and shoots and wins and
Yeah.
like floats off into the ether. Fred, okay.
Oh boy.
Oh wow.
Is this a double blank? No, he
Okay.
lives.
Here's the 1 hit point.
Yep.
Just has to kill Vader here for the story to be complete.
Oh, Vader.
The sacrifice. To Matt. Dun dun dun.
Okay, can keep the
There
target.
it
locked.
is.
Two.
There it is.
Oh no! Come on! Come on!
Oh, everyone's holding their breath.
Oh God! Come on!
Those dice had to get all the way to Australia and back. It might take a second.
Come on, man! It's happening!
Oh!
Oh! Darth
Oh.
Vader says, "Get your shit out of here!"
Green dice for the win.
Oh man! What a good round for Matt.
Oh God. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, here's the funny thing, right? I felt bad the first go around for aces, sending the championship like shit to Australia, and I'm gonna have to do it again. If Matt wins, I'm gonna have to do it again.
True. Yeah, those Australians, man.
Like another time, I'm gonna have to send it across the fucking world.
Yep.
Oh, at least
What?
you have a
Why would-
Patreon now to pay for it.
There you
What
go.
the-
Okay. EK turns.
Mhm.
Oh, what is he doing?
Oh! Oh no!
He can
I mean,
barrel
that's
roll.
not.
Focus evade, right?
No, you just focus. Well, you could.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
focus
if your
evade.
roll's bad, it's over.
A little bit of drama.
I don't know why he 4 forwards there. I actually would have had a 2 left in there, just assuming the K turn to lock him and reset up for the following turn.
At least then he can barrel roll out of arc.
Well, yeah, the 2 left, he would have been out of arc just sitting there. Like he could have repositioned, barrel rolled back so that it went his 2 turn the following.
Making this interesting for us.
Yeah.
We appreciate Matt.
I tell you what, this is like when Kelvin played Paul.
Hey,
Like-
I'm still a little sore, but also proud about that.
Oh, you should absolutely be proud about that game. That game was awesome and back and forth the entire time. I was like, oh no, Paul's got this. Oh wait, no, Kelvin's easily gonna win. Oh God, what's happening?
I'm a little sad about that, but that's okay. Paul and I actually played like every game we've played, which is probably my most proud achievement is that our first game, our championship game, you saw a possible comeback for me, and then our second game, it was back and forth, despite the fact that I won on a swarm, but it didn't play that way, and then our last game was like that too. Which, thank God for that, because I wouldn't believe I was any good, except for when I occasionally play someone who's really good, like Paul or Dom, and I'm like, oh, that was because of decisions I made.
It's like I can't
Thank
do this.
God. Yeah, thank God. Like every time I second guess myself, and I'm like, oh, sometimes
again.
I can make.
He doesn't
Come
even
on,
care.
come on. Oh.
So now Matt's gonna have to think. So, Dom, are you in the new Vassal League as well?
I am, yeah. Pod 15.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of chatter going on there. A few games been played.
Yeah, I think Pod 10's had like 5 or 6 games played so far. How are you doing so far?
I'm 2-0.
2-0.
Yeah,
Nice.
just won a nail biter last night. In-game IGB against Poe. That was exciting.
Nice.
Dom, do you remember when we were in a pod and you brought out fucking
Triple Lambda
Soontir?
Soontir?
Triple Lambda Soontir?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, do you remember that? I'm
it
not
was
happy
it was
about
unstoppable. No,
That.
Oh.
Can
That's
I
not that is not true, Dom. It was totally stoppable. I just never got the chance to do it.
Oh, what were you flying?
I was flying HLC Crassus with Doom Shuttle and Sunter.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
that's
That's
right.
right. That's the.
You actually
Babbage
took me down
destroyed,
in the
Decepticon.
elimination rounds.
I did, like Sweet 16 or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
That actually, Matt from from Chicago,
Yeah,
who was flying
Babbage.
that same list, very similar list. That is the one match I lost.
Yeah,
with,
no,
the triple shuttles.
I remember you talking about that because
Yeah.
he saw because I flew it at South Bend and he saw it there and he was like, I'm gonna fly this list, I like it, and then he flew it at Adepticon like what 2 weeks later.
hmm Yeah, he got his Vader shuttle on arc on my Sunter, and he did this amazing like barrel roll boost to get out of my
Yeah.
shuttle.
Yeah, I was there for that game. It ended up like wasn't it his Sunter versus your 2 shuttles or 3 shuttles, and then he just hunted you down.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
That is a challenging end game.
Catching a Sunter with 3 shuttles, I can't imagine.
Well, 2.
Well, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Vane?
That was the start of the. Oh, okay, here's the 2 bank. Did he guess right?
If Vader gets a
Okay,
rearrangement,
there you go.
oh,
Yeah.
that's it.
This is over.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, like I want to be like, oh no, totally not. This is over. There has to be some really okay. The reason I say this is over is this has to be a really big misplay by Matt, and Matt is way too good of a player to do that.
Yeah, like Matt is one of probably the 5, 6 best X-wing players on Earth.
Yeah, he's a very good player. What I looked this up and now I can't remember it again because I know I beat him in regular season, and I can't remember what I flew or what he flew.
I can tell you that.
Yeah,
That's what Sozin's for.
nice. You have it quicker than me going through Google Docs.
No, you can just go over to List Juggler and
Oh yeah, that would make sense.
yeah, type in aces in the search bar.
Tyler, I have a guess, but if you had to predict where Tractor Beam was going to be the most important,
It's only going to show up on defenders.
only?
Only. Like corner case IG second cannon slot.
What about the
You know-
6, Tyler? What about the 6?
For,
Yeah, I would love to like them.
for me,
Okay, hold on. Did you guys listen to the Minoc podcast with KO on it?
No.
It's pretty good. He talks about his world trip and whatnot, so it was pretty good listening to that. But like he makes a point where he talks about how he likes to effectively break the game. Like he likes to take a ship that's not seen as viable or whatnot and make it good. This can be seen when he did the triple Phantom,
like a
triple K-Wing.
Sable Griffin.
Yeah, very, very. I feel like they both play in a very similar fashion. So, like, all 3 of his world's lists were Rebel Convoy, Triple Phantom, Triple K-Wing, right? And he was like, I think you can take any ship and you can find that niche that it works in. And of course, the immediate comeback was like, what are you going to do with the Seek? And he was like, I think almost any ship can be made really good. And we're just waiting. It'll be there. It's just not there yet.
Okay, Tyler, you had Vader and 3 Tempests, and he had Oiken and Whisper.
Oh yeah, so I caught Whisper on a cheeky move, basically, where he thought Vader was coming in fast, and I slow played, so he didn't get to he didn't get to shoot anybody for a turn, and then he got completely jammed up. That was actually a really quick game, because AccuTempest shooting a Decimator is just a sad day for the Decimator.
Really, pretty much any ATC Tempest as well is very sad.
What's that?
ATC Tempest as well against a Decimator is
No, that's what
just
I'm saying. Yeah,
piles of
yeah,
crits.
accuracy.
No,
Oh, advanced targeting computer?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess, sure, yeah. I just never think to put them on Tempests because I don't want that turn of not being safe with an evade or a focus to put the target lock out.
Yeah, I always find it a challenge. Like maybe if I arrange my deployment and I fly by the asteroids, maybe I can get some free target locks.
Right.
Do you really think that, as far as Tractor Beam's concerned, that it doesn't fit on either B wings or Mist Hunters?
So the reason I don't think it does, and I can't say 100% for Mist Hunter because I don't know all of what they could do with it, but are you ever going to want to take a B-Wing and not shoot with its and not do damage for a turn? You know what I mean? Like, are you going to
Yes.
spend points to like put that
I
thing in a situation where it's not going to be dealing damage?
I think you do. I think you absolutely
Really?
do. Like imagine like a 10 num. Now you have to use high PS, but
Yeah.
like I
Have
think
you
a
ever
10.
run Ion Bees? Is kind of how I look at it. I can
No,
save 2 points and be better.
but you're not better because the ion bees have the same ish control. I mean, it's ish because it's a little bit different, but they're causing damage while doing it. Bee wings have a fixed like clock worth of health, and that shit ticks down because they're defending with 1 agility, right? Like you literally are on
Tyler,
a point clock.
Tyler, I look at it like I look at it like I think of 2A3B, and it
Mhm.
fits in that 5 ship rebel meta, and like it just as a carrier of it. I've been wondering what I
So
need to.
with 2A 3B, you actually have space for 3 tractor beams as well.
You have,
Mhm.
I think you
With
have
no thrusters, yeah.
space. I think you have space for 2 tractor beams in a TLT with a Y. I mean, you have a little bit of space to run tractor
So
beams. I think you can do
I think we'll
one.
see people run it. I don't think it's going to work very well. Like it might, but it's one of those things where I look at it, and especially in those exact lists that you're talking about, like I feel like those lists are always on a clock, and they're not. You're just not going to want to give up shots. Like maybe range 3 shots for the turn. The only counter argument I could give myself at this point is if you don't have 3 points to spend elsewhere, why not?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
really
Like I could see that.
that's the best way to put it. Actually, is like it's not something that you make happen. It's something that is a bonus amongst what you're playing, right?
Sure.
It's a point.
No,
Like
I for sure.
as a you can do this for a point. It's worth it that way. Like for one
I could
point
buy that. I
as a
just don't
one
think you're going to see a
as
lot of success in that role.
yeah, like as a what I'm saying is it's a 1 point card, right? Like
Yeah,
when
for
you
sure.
play a 1 point card, it's not useful every single game. It's useful every 4 games.
Hey
That's
guys,
not true.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Did Blair manage to just get
K-turn bump.
potential shot on
It's a bump.
Vader next turn? Next turn.
I mean, Vader's behind him, right? Like
Yeah,
Vader
Vader
has
just
to
one
bank.
banks. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think they're in a like a standoff here.
yeah. But Vader has the target lock, so anytime he needs to K, like he'll eventually just get set up to K-turn and shoot him. I would disagree about a 1 point card that's not always useful, and I will counter that with crack shot. That is a
Well,
1
crack
point card
shots.
that is always useful.
Yeah, exactly. Crack shot's always useful.
No, so okay, I guess when I think of tractor beam and I think of it on any other ship, and then I compare it to the IGs that could slot it as a second cannon and defenders that could slot it with D title, they suddenly you're not losing damage output is the trick on either of those. Like the only time the IG is going to shoot it is when it repositions someone for like a really great second shot later on, like later on in the turn kind of a thing,
Sure.
or totally puts them on a rock kind of a thing, and it's not taking that cannon slot away from them still having that heavy laser, still having that mangler that's just chewing through them, right?
See, I don't see it on IG, if only because of you'd rather take that second shot and not sacrifice
No,
all your damage. I mean, there's so
And
much.
to
You have
me,
2 ships. You really have to do like damage with them all the
well,
time.
like I said, that's why I would only look. That's why I only see it. You're actually going to use it on turns where it basically pushes someone out of shooting you.
yeah, that's kind of how I see it. Is I look at it like in a control fashion where I like to set up my first shot with 4 other shots. That sort of thing.
Yeah, well, and so like that's why I see it on a defender. Like I see it on Vessery or on Rexler really easily with in the sense that like they're going to hit
It's
someone.
unquestionably better and a higher PS. That's absolutely true.
Yeah. Well, it's not necessarily better on a higher PS. It's better on the highest PS of your list, right? So like you can
Yeah, that
slot
makes
it.
sense.
Yeah, you can slot it on. Did he just self bump?
Yeah,
Nice. All right.
I think Vader's still okay here if he boosts and barrel rolls.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, this is what I was talking about.
Oh my God, get the kill here. That would be so incredible. this is if he self bumps, right, to get himself a shot that gets the kill. That is such a pro move.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Oh,
here's the thing, right? Like, you're just giving yourself the opportunity to win. You're really not likely to win, but at this point, at the Z, you're just grabbing
oh
at
yeah, 100%,
opportunities. Like,
100%.
and if he grabs the opportunity and wins, that's it. Well done. Golf clap. You fucking had a good idea and it worked and you had to
Convenient.
win. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Oh god, I'm getting messaged.
I just think it's interesting, right? And like, if you win with that move, you deserve it, right? Like, you set yourself up. You played your list and you set yourself up for the opportunity and you won. So, I don't know. It's certainly interesting.
Yeah, these are these end game positions that I think we don't really play enough of to usually in a timed environment to really like get the two ship interactions all mapped out.
He didn't roll.
Yeah, I'm really surprised he could have rolled right out of arc. That is
Yeah,
bizarre.
He didn't know yet. You can't know ahead of time.
I mean,
You can probably.
Oh, and he wastes the lock and gets nothing.
oh,
Vader gets a reprieve.
that.
But Pirate's in a good spot, right? Pirate can basically go one or two forward here and still have a great position.
Really, I need that stupid Imperial Veterans thing to come out so that I can have the exact point cost on Glaive squads. That's what I want.
They PS5.
PS6. I was talking to a PC Gamer Pirate, and he's pretty excited for we think they're 34 points. So assuming they're at 34 points, you can get 3 of them with the title that gives them the evade
Yeah,
and lowers the
X7
points.
and Tractor Beam.
No, 'cause they're 30. Or he had no, you can't put
Crack?
tractor beam on them. You can't put tractor beam on them because they lose the cannon.
Oh, right, so crack shot or something.
No, he actually had the Mark II engine and adaptability. So he had 3 pilot skill 7 defenders with Mark II engine.
Do you find a lot of use for that? With
The Mark II?
yeah,
Only when my defender is the highest pilot skill, and I'm assuming I'm going to be taking
guys,
stress.
this
Uh-oh.
is going to be it.
Uh-oh.
The dice
Uh-oh.
will decide.
Or they'll miss again. But
There's
he's
a
got
lot of locks
he's
here.
got
Yeah,
He's got Predator with the additional crit. That's like a really
that's
good
right.
good chance. It's 2.5 average damage, something like that. Oh, now
That's it. All right.
game. GG. And he double focuses just for fun. Yes.
Epic.
Oh, yeah, that was deserving of the finals. I'm almost glad that Paul and I lost because I don't feel like our crack swarms would have been that epic of a final. We would have driven at people, and if shit died, shit died. Ugh.
Huh.
But yeah, back to E2. If it's on someone, if it's on a defender and you expect that defender to ever take stress, then yes, it is very handy. I would prefer other ways to get rid of the stress, but in a triple defender list, that's basically all you've got. Because otherwise, rebel captives are a nightmare, stress bots are stupid, all that kind of thing.
I always find though that on the turn where you get that stress,
Mhm.
that you can still K, right? And
Sure.
then next turn you can do the forward that you wanted. And the K is kind of like a turn. So I always feel
So I played around with it a lot, and I actually used Biophysical's double defender list a bunch. and they don't have the E2 mod on it. And the issue you run into is when you are tracking people coming across your front arc, right? So specifically, Rebel Captive Decimators was what I played a lot against at the time because they were everywhere. But after you've picked up the stress on them, like even if you K-turn, they're just going to sit behind you. If you move forward, they're going to move in front of you and then boost past, right? So like you basically have to turn to have a hope to keep them in arc, and then you're not getting shots for the next few turns. And you're stressed, and a stressed defender is sadder than a interceptor is at taking damage.
So guys, how do you want to end this here? Do you want to talk with Matt or Blair, or congratulate the champion?
Blair just said that he's zoned out, and actually no, he's ready to interview. He would like to talk to us. I'll dial him in.
Yeah, go for it. Sure.
All right, I'm back in.
Sorry guys, I'm multitasking him. See if we can find Matt's Skype handle. Okay, Twitch feed. We are going to try to get the two players to do a little post-mortem interview with us. Give us 1 second.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, you are still going strong.
I am going strong.
What are you drinking tonight, Ricky?
Another light.
Oh, nice. Solid.
Yeah. Look, this isn't complicated. Just drink beer, watch X-Wing, hang out with cool X-Wing people. Guys, like, it doesn't require a nod. It just requires good people who know X-Wing and are fun to talk to.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we are joined here by BlairBunke.
Blair!
The 5-man cast. How can anyone get a word in edgewise?
Right?
Dude,
You gotta shout louder. That's all.
I guess.
My point is better than yours. Is it? Blair,
yes.
all right,
Yes.
So Blair, going in, what was your thoughts when it came to strategy? What did you want to do? Where did you think you were strong? What were you worried about? I mean, in the end, this was actually very, very close, and so you had every opportunity to win. But what were your thought processes going in?
I got a thought process for you just this time, just so I could give you a good soundbite, Richard.
Sure.
How's that?
I like those. Like, those are better than bad sound bites. Like, good or bad.
Well, I
take
had
a good
nothing for you last time, so I figured, okay, I know I'm going to get interviewed either way, so I got to come up with something. Even if I don't follow it at all, I have to at least give him something.
Well, I'll tell you what. Like, all things considered, you basically give the right answer, which is not bad. That just means that you need to have the right answer if you're going to win a game. That's okay.
Yeah, so I felt like even though I was more worried about facing Fel endgame if it came down to IG versus Fel, I just felt like I had to get Vader off the board just because he was going to be hitting a lot harder. I felt like anyway with that.
Yeah, sure, that makes sense.
That Predator was really going to do a lot of work on my little guys. And,
Not to mention ATC just gives you free crits.
So I was hoping that Y-Wing would hang around a little bit longer, and I so narrowly almost had that block on Fel. I thought it would block. That's why I did that 2 left turn. I really thought Fel was going to bump into IG, but he just barely didn't. And that was kind of like the story of the game. There was like 3 or 4 times where if we were playing on the mat, it would have been like millimeters away from having a block.
Yeah. That's something interesting. Is that like Vassal, you can't escape the small movement.
Pixels, man. It's the frickin' pixels.
Yeah, that happens. And I'll tell you what, like, you're absolutely right. Like, you played a game where I felt like you were both predictive and you sort of gave yourself the opportunity to win. And sometimes that doesn't happen. But to be fair, you said, like, this was a really good game for you just being a decent opportunity. I feel like, if anything, you got yourself a little confused in the middle, but you definitely, like were at every round looking for opportunities to just straight up win, and I think that's certainly
It was like
commendable.
my final
Yeah.
game against Nathan at Worlds. It was like that all over again. He's like got me just like I don't know what the hell he's doing, and I felt he played awesome. I mean, give him. I mean, 28-2. Like, come on, how do you go 28-2? And those aren't just casual games. That's like every game, guys are bringing their A list at you, and you win 28 out of 30. Like, come on. If it wasn't for Paul and his ridiculous record at Worlds, like he's like 35-1 or something at Worlds, I would have thought I would have called like BS when I saw that record he has. He's an unbelievable player. He played unbelievably. I felt like so many times I felt like I just really had no idea what he was doing, and yeah, he just had me on edge the whole time. So
Well, to be fair, Blair, like I think that, like I don't know if you know this, maybe you don't, and maybe this is probably a bad idea to tell you, but you've got a reputation as a straight up, like you're gonna win the game type player, right? Like, and to your credit, right? Like I feel like that most people think that they're gonna lose when they play you, so it's interesting where you say something like that versus Paul, and I like that though because there are people who could beat anybody, and I think that's what makes X-Wing interesting. Anyways, so
Sorry, we got Matt jumping on here too. We're trying to get him added in real quick.
Yeah, I'll have him any second now. Give me one moment.
Okay, cool. You got that.
anyways, Blair,
what were you guys thinking about that IG's last turn there?
I thought you were going to do the 3 bank and flip the crit and try again later. But we kind of saw the gamble.
Yeah, I don't know how often you guys play Brobots. I'm sure you've played, but that end game where just IG against an ace is just very, very difficult, particularly like because Vader can take a lock, and then whenever he comes in, like he can just arc dodge me. There's just so much stuff you could do. I mean, I know.
So
I
for you, it's trying to get that Z to like block right and then win. You're looking.
Well,
for
I was hoping he's got a target lock and a focus. I'm hoping he can punch a crit through right there, and if it's a good crit, then I've got a real chance. But I mean, all it really takes is one shot for Vader to take out IG there. He's got 1 health left, so anyway, I know it could have gone either way, but I probably would have done it again if given the chance. But I'm not saying it was the right move, but yeah.
It definitely, the whole game was definitely very well played. I really am happy about this. I went through for at least 6 rounds like I'm not sure who's going to win this round, and that's kind of what you hope for. And so that's good. Blair, I tell you what, it's been a really good season for you.
It was good. It wasn't great. I can never close it out. That's how it is with me in these big. I get close, and then fall short. But.
You and me both, buddy. You and me both.
Hi, this is Matt. Can you hear me?
Hey, what's up, Matt?
MattShadowlord.
Yeah, hi.
Lead vassal ace. Apparently, you won. That's it. You are the vassal. You are at least the Team Covenant ace.
You're the guy.
You are the guy. What's going on, my man?
Did I just close you?
Nope, you're good. You're here.
Okay, good. Hello, everybody. Sorry, I just opened it in 2 windows at once and heard a terrible echo.
All right, I'm going to do this again. Matt, you just won the Aces League. How do you feel? And what's up, man?
I'll tell you the honest truth about that one. I was quite comfortable coming second in that one. I mean, I would have been, except I came first. But I actually mean the quality of the field was phenomenal. I've been happy coming 8th.
I'd just like to say that your Academy pilot used up all his evades last week.
Did he?
That's why he went down right away.
Yeah,
All right.
okay.
So
The other
let's
one just
talk.
waits on holiday.
Let's talk about your matchup. Going in, what was your thought process versus Blair's list, and what was your kind of goals going in? Obviously, you won, but what was your thought process to the matchup so we can kind of have an understanding because we're
Well, that's
clearly
too
not
hard.
worthy.
The last time I ran Soontir against an IG-88, it was killed in the first turn.
Hmm.
So, yeah, the 4 heavy laser cannon thing. So if it looked like I was being overly defensive, that would be why.
Hmm.
Because that thing just happens. It just goes bang. Everything's running along smoothly, and suddenly your best pilot's removed. That's how dangerous that ship is.
You
So I
rolled a
spent most
2%
of the
evade.
Mhm. I rolled, what was it? Blank, blank, blank. Oh, and the last one was a blank. That's it.
The 2%.
So going in, you were purposefully defensive, is what you're saying?
I wanted to sort of split the field so that he would have 2 directions to go.
Hmm.
So he'd either chase the north or chase the south, and he wouldn't be able to do both. Whichever one I thought was most threatened would just run away. I mean, it extends the length of it, and it's not the bravest way of doing things, but that's just respect for the IG-88 and the TLT. So the idea was always to make it into a split fight. The 2 aces can win a split fight. They can't win the 2 of them against the guns at the same time.
I will say so that something that I very much noted was the fact that your aces were on absolute opposite sides of the board, and
Hmm.
it didn't pull real concentrated fire until the end, but it definitely pulled fire, which I found interesting.
Yeah, I was there was a really like pretty much the whole first 2/3 of the game was pretty awesome in the sense that like literally any time Blair would look to turn on one of your aces, that guy just bugged out and was gone, and the other one would get shots.
Yeah.
Literally up until the very last where the bump happened, and I just because of having watched the game had Vader pegged at doing like a 3 right turn and just running away.
So, Matt, I just realized this, and because now I'm starting to get into fun questions. The last 2 Aces champions have come out of the residence. Both of the residences come out of Australia. Do you think there's any significance to that? And if so, what do you think the significance is?
Well, as you probably gathered, I'm British myself, but I live here.
Yeah,
So
yes,
it
yes.
means that I'm
I
in
know
the
this.
local.
This
Don't
is
worry, I'm
not
not
our.
taking
This
it
is
as
not our
insult.
first. This is not our first rodeo.
No, Matt, what Ricky wants to know is like, where's this kind of watering hole you're drinking from, and how does he get there?
Yeah, yeah. Can I
Yeah.
visit? Can I live with
Of course
you?
you
Is that
can visit.
okay? Like I
Yeah.
just like
As far
look.
as I know,
I'll
actually,
do
it's the number
dishes
one reason
and
people visit.
I'll work. I mean, I'll work just to like to kind of hang out.
Yeah, I
You
think
got to hide all the women and booze, though.
Well, like look.
a lot of very casual
The
players, and then we.
secret of women is and booze is they pay for the booze and you go to their establishment.
Yeah, that works. So I think in the US, don't you have some particularly good spots where people have unusually good skills, like Ohio? Is that right?
There are more than a few
The
areas that are good.
the
Chicago.
Midwest in general of the U.S.
Right.
is really really solid.
Yeah, you can go
So
from Dallas to Chicago, and there are good X-wing places.
yeah, so it seems
Anyways,
it's not as simple as people are naturally talented and ready for a game like this. It's more like you need an area, which doesn't have to be very large, where there's people who play exceptionally well, and you just get into a pattern of expecting people not to make mistakes. So, for instance, the pool of people from this country that play on Vassal is quite small comparatively, but they're all the most dedicated. So you just get, and we play at similar time zones, so you get used to people just doing this good moves one after the other. I'm not talking about myself. I just chuck something off a map, academy thing off the map, and then
yeah,
smash
yeah,
two
yeah.
two
You just
aces
somehow
simultaneously.
managed to win the Aces League. somehow.
Well,
Right.
yeah, because obviously, I mean, I made it look like an accident, but really, I was just trying to give Blair a chance. Seems sporty.
Yeah,
Fair.
well, Blair claims that he's always
He's always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
Yeah, never the bride.
Blair is an exceptionally good player. Anyone who's played him knows that.
Yeah, I kind of think that Blair's like the big bully of Vassal, right?
You
Like
think so?
it's like, yeah, like, do you want to play Brad? No, no, I want to keep my self confidence.
Yeah, the two of you. How hard is it to get an ELO game for you two guys?
To get one?
Yeah,
That should be easy
actually-
because we all
it's
want to get
easy.
points off him.
Yeah,
The way ELO
I-
works is that if someone's way higher rated than you, you don't lose that many points. But so, like, if Matt's playing someone that's like a 1200 or 1300, the most he can get is 1 point, but they can get 32 points off him.
yeah, but
Yeah.
they fail to mention that Matt is 28-2 in ELO games.
Oh, really? That's not a bad record. Well, there was a trickier point to get games when I was around 10th, I think. But as soon as you reach the top 3, everyone wants to do it just for the bragging rights if they win.
Yeah.
So that's an incentive as well as the points themselves. Plus, not everyone cares about scores. Some people just play for fun.
That's the best way to look at it, right? Like the one thing that I want to kind of bear in mind, we're all involved with competitive X-Wing, and I actually really like the fact that we, promote it and pay attention to it. But if flying around tiny spaceships wasn't fun, we wouldn't do it. And so it's very important to bear in mind how fun all of it is, so everyone plays and continues to play so we can learn more, right? Because we're Schmucky the Clown compared to whatever awesome X-Wing player is going to come 3 or 4 years from now. So it's interesting, at least to pay attention to.
Yeah. I agree.
Nice. So, Ricky, can we afford to send templates out to Matt? Do we have the budget for that?
I think I think that we can have that thought process going forward. Matt, we've been talking to Team Covenant.
Prizes.
Yeah, Team Covenant, and so we're going to
Prizes.
try and
That's right.
try and do similar prizes that we did to Wave 1, which, by the way, means that Australia gets all of the awesome custom templates and America gets nothing because we
Really?
can't win. We're not very good at X-Wing. That's why.
We can't win when we stack
Get
the
better.
odds.
Get better,
Two.
continent. Get better, continent. 2 years
That's
in a
cool.
row.
I can
Come
pay
on.
postage if you like. It's not a problem.
Man, it's gonna come. So that's if that's not gonna happen with Team Covenant, we're gonna come up with something similar because congratulations for winning, and that's incredible because basically everyone who's good at X-Wing somehow been involved in that league, so it's kind of interesting.
It was an exceptionally difficult league.
Yeah, next
I have
year
no
too,
idea.
right? We got to do it again next year.
Like this
Yeah.
is I will say this is the league where like we have to play every week, and every week I have to like sit there and look who my opponent's gonna be, and I get to go, oh, frickin' sweet, I have to play that guy. Like, what's he play again? What do I not want to see? How can I possibly cheese out a win?
Yeah.
Well, Tyler, you are the best argument for we have no idea what we're doing because Tyler wasn't in last year. Then we're like, hey, Tyler, we need a player. He's like, oh, yeah, cool. Then he beat everybody and was
No, hold on. I was in last year and got relegated. I lost my way out last year. And then got re-added in.
Well,
Well, one way or another, you
we
deserved it.
apparently have no idea what we're talking about.
It's true. Well, actually, I think that has to do with like just the field of competition. Like last year, was it last year or last season? I guess I don't know if they followed yours, but nice. I lost some tight games. You know what I mean? Like I make a play here, the dice go that way, like I win games, and that was like on say 5 of my 9 games last year. I lose those games, I get relegated. This year, I won a bunch of tight games, so then I make top 4. Like, and that's I feel like pretty much everybody in the league, right? Like,
Mhm.
you see that across the board.
So, Blair, what kind of thoughts do you have going? The questions you would ask Matt now that you guys both sort of played that game. I'm just curious when it comes to strategizing. You are as good as anybody when it comes to
Oh,
plotting a
there
match.
was so many turns in hindsight that I wish. The one that really pissed me off was when I had I had boosted 88B and then 4K'd him to block Fell. I really felt like Matt was going to anticipate I was going to go one forward, and so then Fell would block him. So then I was thinking to counter that, he was just going to 3K Fell to take a focus, and he'd have a range 1 shot on Iggy. But instead, he did the stupid right turn.
Quote
And was able to-
unquote. Quote unquote.
Yeah. So had he 3K'd, I don't know if he was really thinking about it that hard, but had he, it would have been beautiful because I would have boosted all the way out of his arc. But it was just turn after turn like that, where it's like a 50-50. I know he's going to do this or that, and it was always that. It was like never the one I was thinking he was going to do. That was, and then on top of that, like I said, the 3 blocks is like 3 or 4 blocks. I don't remember exactly, but so close to like having it, and then just don't have it. That was just the killer of the whole game right there. So.
Yeah, that's fair. Right up until the point where I crashed both Vader and Sunta simultaneously because I thought you were doing something completely different.
Like like I said, that was the turn where I was like, oh, he went that way. I just assumed you were running Vader.
Yeah. Whoops. Well, after you've established a pattern, sometimes you want to switch it to something.
Sure.
So you play defensive, then you go offensive, and that's when you die.
Yeah.
That's just the way it goes. So can't win them all.
I'm still going to chalk this up to we've had an Australian winner for the last 2 seasons, and that's because y'all
Sure.
get to play in the future. It is it's
That could be
Tuesday
it.
over there. Like you just
That's fine.
you get on Twitch, you look at the cast, you're like, oh, he went there. All right, I got it.
Yeah, that's right. When
Well,
is this going out? Last night.
congratulations.
Last night. Yeah, it's going up on the 18th. Yeah, that's
Well, Matt,
All right.
Matt, congratulations. I feel like you are
Thank you very
absolutely one of the best players of X-Wing, and we're all happy to see that win, except for Blair, but we're also sad for Blair. I mean, the emotions are mixed, but I'm super happy for you because you're the man. So we're going to go ahead and close this off. Galactic Holonet, thank you for watching. This has been the Aces League. We're going to do this again soon, and hopefully Matt doesn't ruin all of our dreams, just entertainingly ruins some of them. I'll talk to you guys later. Galactic
All right, see you later.
Holonet, good hunting.